And we are live.
No, we're not.
Stop lying.
No, I can't stop lying.
Hello.
Pathological liar.
Deception master.
I mean,
This
pathological
whole game is a
liar.
lie.
Yeah, pathological liar, DM. Is there a difference?
Just the name.
Yeah. Pretty much. So how are all of you?
Really,
Being
really
in a-
missing 3 monitors.
Being an adult, having ice cream before dinner.
I'm in a great
Hell
mood.
yeah. Fuck it up, weirds. You're an adult. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hiding because I've got a bit of a headache, but also I had a bad sunburn. And so right now I'm peeling like a snake person, and you guys don't need to see that. So
Snurson though. Snurson.
You're supposed to be Yanti, it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you were playing a Yanti, then you'd just be cosplaying.
yeah, exactly. But I'm not. So
You're a character.
I would look more like Simon. I
Did-
could
did
play
you-
Simon today.
Did you as well offend Lathander like a certain dwarf did? Gotta stop offending gotta stop offending the Sun Bros.
He's Lathander. He only
Praise the
exists
sun.
to be offended.
Who's the sun? What's the thing they do? It's the.
Yeah, it's this.
There we go.
Jeb.
But
Guys, some
everyone
good news
seems
came
to
in.
hate. What's
One
up?
of my friends got his Stimmy Turner, and he bought Mario 3D World, so that means I have it too on the Switch. So I don't gotta buy it.
Very nice.
That's $60 save after I spent 25 in Rainbow Six last night.
I wish I could put some money away from my taxes to get a PS5, but
Those aren't real right now.
Yeah, those don't exist.
well, that and I don't have time at the moment, and
But
there's really only like one game out maybe I want to play, so there's no urgency. I just want to set the money aside.
Yep, since Strive is coming to the PC, I don't need to buy one, so
There you go.
Yeah, I want a Bloodlines 2 on it. It's gonna be so pretty.
That game's never coming out.
But I digress. Hi guys.
Hello, hello, hello.
yeah.
all right.
So a little bit before a little something before we get into tonight's festivities. A certain level 15 campaign is making its comeback in a couple weeks here.
Hey.
Yes.
I think we officially decided that it's gonna be on the 23rd.
23rd, yep.
I hope so, because Zero and I have both made public announcements with that date.
I mean,
Yeah, we did.
it's like, are we gonna make you liars and just say we're coming back on Tuesday?
It's actually hilarious because as soon as I finished making just like a little fun little video advertisement, I saw Fox posted the announcement. I was like, oh look, we're on the same page. What a coinkydink. So yeah, it's the 23rd, so a week from this upcoming Tuesday. So just over a week.
And we will be having a new person joining us. Gilly Tam is going to be joining the cast.
Hey.
I have been working with her on her character, and I'm excited for you guys to meet her character. It's gonna be interesting, especially
It
with how
always
you're going to run across her. Classical
She
equation.
took our joke literally,
Thank you for the bit.
and I love it.
What's that?
She took our joke literally,
What's
and I
that?
love it. Of her backstory.
Oh, yeah, I worked with her on that, and like
Right,
worked
right.
worked into regards why there would be that clash. So it's gonna add a bit to it, even if the other person on the other end has no idea who they are.
It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. I redid all that good stuff, so still gives me time. She gave me all the character stuff, so I just need to draw it, and we're pretty much done. So we're pretty set for the most part for a week and a half from now.
So we're going back to a cast of 8 characters for Tuesday. Which just means I have to ramp up fights more. and throw more horrible concoctions at all of you.
I mean, it wasn't already bad.
Oh, it's about to get worse.
No, God.
It's about to get worse.
Ash is gonna have to use the potions.
So
I've been using them a lot since went into Malorsic. I'm like, holy shit, I'm actually downing my supply.
you're saying that tearing open the sky and dropping hell down upon us was not quite as bad as you wanted to make it.
Oh, that was just a taste of things to come. Not the full brunt of the horribleness that you're going to be running into. But that's for Tuesday. We have other horrible things lined up for you guys tonight
I
or
don't know what
today.
you're talking about. I
Yeah,
think it's
like-
a wonderful night out in the town.
Like dress gowns and suits.
Yep. So,
You think we're actually going to make it to the ball tonight?
I mean, you can. You guys, like, depending on how long y'all take to do your fast forward week adventure, you could make it to the ball. You could make it through the ball.
I'd be surprised if we even made it to the fast forward today.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
considering
the fast forward is
everybody-
right there. Everybody's at
Yeah.
everybody's at the table.
Everybody except 2 people are
Yeah.
preventing this fast forward.
And the 2 people are standing in the hallway about 10 feet from one another, listening in on it, but unaware that the other person is there.
The least observant,
Yeah. But
as Bernard would say.
a lot of questions came up last week, or the last time that we got together. One being who exactly Gaius is and where his allegiances lie after a secondary portal was discovered in his basement after Zelark after Zelark jumped back into the portal after originally exiting it from the apothecary's bedroom, only to be put into the basement wine cellar of Gaius's estate.
You're welcome.
A bit of time had passed, but the rest of the group arrived as well, along with the 2 unconscious prisoners that they had acquired. One of them, the most worrying, a current judge on the Council of 13. Doing your best to make sure that he couldn't escape, you strapped him down into a hidden chamber that Bernard had hidden away in one of the giant casks in the basement, a room where he very proudly stated he uses to gather knowledge from people. But that wasn't going to happen that night. Everyone needed a rest. Everyone, after a long fought battle, needed good meal, good drink, and some sleep before the festivities began the next day. Though it didn't get that far. Mina, drinking as much as she could down in the basement after feeling a bit of shame as to what happened in the previous battle, was dominated by a voice from the judge telling her to kill Bernard. Unfortunately for her, and fortunately for him, the drunkenness seemed to inhibit her ability to land a single blow against him. And after a brief back and forth, you were able to subdue Mina. But at that point in time, the judge had died. When you found his body, a large plant had grown out of his mouth and began to sprout weird flowers. When we closed out the previous time we were together, everyone was discussing things ranging from the upcoming ball, what to do with the cult, who you seem to become a more ever-present thorn in their side, and who exactly you could trust. And as we pick up today, it's right where we left off. You are all still around the table in the morning. Both Snit and Callie tucked away in the shadows listening to the conversations, not 15 feet apart from another, but still professional enough in the shadows to where neither one of you are aware of the presence of the other.
I think once the conversation at the table has concluded, Callie will just begin to make her way to her room, dropping any stealth that she may have previously had. Not like stomping away so it's loud enough that the people in the dining hall can hear. Maybe Snit might notice if he's nearby, but other than that, she's just going straight to her room.
If I remember correctly, I was about to go fetch both of them.
Yeah.
And Zelark.
And
So-
me and Cyber were gonna go investigate the plants that are growing, or the
Yep.
flowers
That was true.
on the plant.
So, I'll go get them. Mina, you want to just relax for a bit?
And she just doesn't respond. She's just gonna walk out into the garden.
Makes sense.
And Snit, as you're standing there listening to all this, you see Callie walk out of the shadows, like directly across from you, kind of catching you off guard.
Sorry, who was that directed to?
You.
Snit will look down at her, put two and two together, and go,
You see her stop, like freeze, and all of the feathers on her head stand straight up. Like you just caught a kid with their hand in the cookie jar.
See, I had imagined that I was like in an alcove or up in a window or something, and want to call Callie to come up and join me.
Do I spot Snit easy enough
After
kinda
he
calls out to
yeah,
me?
seeing as how he's trying to catch your attention, he makes himself known, and you could see him perched up in a window.
Okay, I will parkour my way up there because I'm a monk and that's what monks do.
Okay.
And I'll pull her back deeper into either the rafters or the window, whatever. I mean, and just go shh.
And I just walk through the door.
Yep, it's like as soon as like you get up onto the window and you're pulled back into shadow, you both see Reiju walking out from the dining area and heading upstairs to where the group's rooms are at.
Would I have heard anything as I'm going
Mm-mm.
through? No. All
Nope.
right, so I'm just going straight for the rooms. And actually, the first one I would check is actually Zelark at this point.
Okay. So when you're pulled back into the shadow, Callie, and you look at Snit, you get this feeling that he's been there this entire time.
Yes, we had the same idea, didn't we?
Well, so, I take it you have some issues with the way things have been going lately.
I do.
Same here.
What are we supposed to do about it?
Well, sounds like we need to talk to the group. It's even worse than I thought. I mean, we lost the judge, the only real source of information we have had lately.
Yeah, this is feeling like it's all falling apart really quickly.
I agree.
Do we just talk to everyone, or
Yeah, we need to.
you want to do it now, or I really don't like confrontation.
Well, You're gonna have to get used to it, Cal.
I don't like hearing that either.
Well, I mean, by the way, right now, kind of get the feeling that Nix is rather unhappy too.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. She came to my room yesterday and she apologized.
She's, at least from what I can tell, she's a survivor. Excuse me, sorry, I have something in my throat. Makes it hard to do voices.
Especially snits, I imagine.
Especially when you're eating food and doing the voice at the same time.
No, I tried to finish eating the food before
There you go.
No, the Dr. Claw voices are extremely hard to do. With something in the throat. You get it. Anyways, as far as I can tell, she's a survivor. She's more concerned about just doing what it takes. But I feel like if we continue to go the way we're going, what it takes is going to be her and her sister are better off on their own.
Yeah, I agree with you. As much as I may have complained about them being a bit of a thorn in my side, I've grown kind of fond of them. I don't really want to see them go. But we all need to be in agreement going forward, or this is going to end very badly for every one of us.
Yeah. I think we should try to talk to Nurx.
Yeah, I agree. We can talk to her, and then maybe Cyro will be there too, and once we talk to them, we can get everyone back together, try and sort things out, maybe.
Yeah. Well, come with me. And I'll lead Callie through what I imagine is a bunch of rafters and crawl spaces and attic spaces that no one would really know exist at first glance.
Yeah, and it's to the point to where you realize that mostly aside from a couple mice, you're the only ones that have been up here. Like, not even the automaton butlers or anything have been up there to clean or anything. So it's very dusty and whatnot up there.
If it helps, just cover your mouth so you don't sneeze or cough.
Yeah,
I'm
trying not to breathe too much. Oh, this can't be good for you.
Yeah, you get
It's
used to it.
fine.
I don't think this is something you should be getting used to.
It's only a little asbestos.
Why when you said it's fine was I like, oh, did Bernard just show up behind her?
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if something
Neither would I.
He's always watching.
But yeah, I'll try to. Did Merrick's and Cyrus say they were going to their rooms, or?
No, Nirix and Syra are going down into the basement to investigate the plant that seems to have grown out of the judge's mouth.
Okay, so I would have heard that, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we were talking about it at the dinner table.
Okay. So yeah, that's where we'll be heading.
Okay.
All right. And then Mina, you're just staying back in the
gardens, yeah.
in the gardens. Okay.
Yeah, if anybody looks for her, they'll find her writing in her book.
So yeah, Cyrus Gonna take a look at the body.
All right. So with the short amount of time that's passed, the body itself seems to have sprouted more branches and flowers. You see they've begun to poke out of the skin in various places.
Can I use medicine to see if so I can pinpoint exactly what killed him in regards to this plant? Like, was it choking? Was it bursting out of it, or
you could tell that this was due to suffocation because of his windpipe being blocked.
So I'm guessing it started somewhere in the mouth region or throat region.
Somewhere in the head.
I'm gonna point. I know that Zoro had to step out for a second, but when she gets back, I'm gonna point that out to my sister, that I believe it started, from the mouth and the head, and to focus in that area for information. And while she's investigating that, I would like to take a look at the plant itself and see if I could identify what it is.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a nature roll.
Okay. Hold on. Nice sounds. I had to dump it out.
I was like, are you rolling with Omega advantage here?
Yes, Omega advantage. Activate. No. I just had to dump it out.
You just roll your entire dice bag.
Okay, so that's a 13.
A 13? You've seen this plant once before. And it grew along the cliffside of your clan's hunting grounds. By itself, it's a very harmless plant, though it tends to not stop growing, and given years it can overtake buildings, it can overtake trees. There's honestly no way to stop the growth aside from burning it at the root.
Okay.
The flowers, on the other hand, you do know can be mixed into a rather potent toxin that can cause paralysis almost instantaneously upon ingestion.
Okay.
I need those.
Okay. I'm going to try to harvest the flowers, as many of the flowers as I can see.
Same.
Okay. So if both of you can do it, are doing it, one of you can roll survival with advantage.
I've got a pretty good survival. You want me to do it?
I have a pretty decent one too, but I'll let you do it.
Okay. Mine's a 7.
Oh, mine's a 6. Yeah, go.
Awesome. We're both super survivors.
Yeah. Knowing that it's a toxin, she definitely wants to kind of harvest it for future projects, but at the same time kind of study it and see like where the hell they got this.
All right.
Wherever it came from.
Well, with advantage plus my 7, that brings me to 24.
24. Okay. So you can go ahead and write down that you have let's do a roll here with that 24. You have 8 numb tongue I was gonna call them beads for a moment for some reason. Numb tongue buds is what they are.
Now say that 3 times fast.
No.
Numb tongue buds. Mun tum bung.
How's that then?
Numb tongue buds. Numb tongue buds. Numb tongue buds.
I can't do it.
If you
So
say
I'm
it
gonna-
correctly 3 times, you get a free action surf.
Staple and
Need that.
Nerix, you keep these for your kit.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask if that was okay, unless you wanted to study one of them, but
Oh no, it's fine.
these would be great for a toxin that we could use.
Yeah, but I don't know if you recognize them. They used to grow on the cliffside over kind of where the clan used to travel when we'd follow the hunting herds. But yeah, they're pretty nasty. This thing's gonna keep growing and not stop. So we're gonna have to, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to burn the body.
Yeah, I think you're right. Do I know any of the properties of this toxin, like what it does specifically?
It's used it's a very powerful neural toxin.
Okay.
To the moment that you put it in, if you were to put it in somebody's tea, the moment that tea touched somebody's tongue, it would already be in the bloodstream and affecting them. Like,
So it
it's
kind of
very
causes paralysis.
yeah, it's very fast acting and it causes paralysis.
I'm also gonna say, sis, since things have been kind of iffy with our hosts, I'm gonna whisper, maybe keep it to yourself.
Yeah, because I already have an idea of what I want to do with these, in case things get hairy at the ball. So
But the less people that know about it, the more we might be able to use it if we have to.
yeah, I agree. I'll use it as a project in our own room. That way we won't be disturbed. So
Okay.
good idea. But we should, before we cause any more questions, we should probably just inform Bernard or Gaius, whoever's available, to let them know of the situation that we need to burn this body.
I will. But
Callie's probably not going to like that, but this
Yeah.
thing is a parasite in
Mhm.
plant form. It's going to be like a weed. It's just not going to stop. So we
yeah,
got
And
I don't want this to intermix with the garden.
Uh,
Those plants will not like this guy.
As
Yeah.
you begin talking about it being a weed, both Callie and Snit walk into the little undercroft area.
Oh, hey guys. Real quick though, Nerix, before we leave and do all that, could you take a closer look here at its head? I really want to know just how this happened. If there's, I know it's coming from the head, the mouth maybe, or the throat. He suffocated for sure. But what started it?
Well, that's what I was originally trying to last night, but it was late, where I thought maybe it was something hidden in it, like a pill or in its tooth, like a false tooth or something that just
Oh.
activated it so he could not be interrogated. He probably, my guess is maybe he did it to himself so he wouldn't be interrogated.
Oh, we couldn't
Yes.
figure that out last night. Okay. All right.
No.
Well, if you've already looked, I just thought that would be the only last bit of information we didn't have about this.
Well, what I can do is I can try to cut as much of it out just to give me a little bit easier of access into the mouth at least.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And Snit, since you're here, maybe you could help her take a look here. You're good at looking at stuff, right?
Yeah, sure.
We're trying to figure out why this happened, where it came from, if it was in his tooth or what weird shit happened.
I don't have anything medicine-wise, but I mean, I have a super high perception and really great investigation. So if either of those would work for trying to figure out how this plant got here in the first place.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do an investigation roll. Since like you already know that the cause of death was the plant and it was somehow in his body, you can definitely do an investigation to see if there's any signs of how it got there.
Yeah, we're just looking for origin.
For
4?
And I'm using my
one
I have a
T4.
dagger
Oh, okay.
to chop at it to kind of get rid of parts of the
So-
plant.
Nerix, as almost as soon as you cut away at it, the piece that you cut off is instantly regrown.
Oh shit, this is that strain of that plant. This
Yeah.
is very aggressive.
Yeah, it's
why I said
a
it'll grow.
very aggressive and regenerative plant. It's not something
Yeah.
that can just be hacked away. Though while you're cutting away at it, Snit, you like begin to look around his head and there's a strange scar right behind his ear, as if something had been forced into that part of the skull a while ago.
So does it look
It-
like it was done a long time ago?
Yeah,
and had
the
since scarred.
the scar has long since healed, but it looks like something the size of like an acorn seed was probably shoved in back there.
You finding anything, Snit?
Yeah, there's a scar behind his ear here. It looks like somebody surgically implanted something.
Scar? Let me take a look.
Yeah, right here.
I'm gonna take. Nyrix, can I borrow your dagger real quick?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna open up that area of the ear. I'm gonna reopen the scar and take a look inside.
And as soon as like that knife cuts into the scar and opens it up, numerous roots sort of shoot out and begin to like wrap around the head.
Whoop, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, we need to burn it like now.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe the people who are part of their higher ups do this as a security measure against getting tortured and spilling information.
Yeah.
But the good news is we know where they put it now. If we do, knock someone else out and have to take him prisoner for whatever reason, we know to look there first and disarm this thing, essentially.
I mean, we could probably, with between your and my ability with fire, we could probably, at least they're not going to like it, but burn that side of their face, just press up against to where it's implanted, and maybe we can kill it before it sprouts. But
well, if I can cut it open, I can probably take it out before it sprouts.
that too, it's just a matter of what stage it's at. But
yes.
Good to know for the future. But I think right now, before it gets too aggressive for spreading, we need to just burn it right now.
Also, just real quick, sis, could you look behind my ear? Just peace of mind.
Okay.
We were knocked out at one point, and
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Does she see anything?
Okay.
No scarring, no anything.
Well, you look good. I think you're okay.
Oh, okay, that's good. Just thought I'd check,
Yeah.
All right, let's go tell them we gotta take this body out somewhere where we could burn it safely.
All right.
I'm sure if we say Bernard's name 3 times, he just appears. Bernard! Bernard!
Wait.
Oh. Yeah?
Maybe let's the 4 of us talk before anyone else shows up.
Oh. Did he already show up, though? I swear he has, supernatural hearing.
He hasn't shown up.
I assume
I
he's
mean,
just always there
honestly-
somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, just probably act like he is always around because there's a good chance.
Okay. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? Let's move away from the body, though. These things are aggressive.
Good point. So it kind of shuffles away a little bit.
I would like to be facing, while I'm talking to them, just kind of facing the body, just in case if I see any more activity, if it's spreading much faster, I just want to be like, all right, we gotta do this. So
Yeah,
just in line of sight.
It's in it's in
Just
my
sit-
line of sight as well
just
with my
sitting there with
passive
a
perception of
flamethrower ready.
17. But yeah,
All right.
My hand's just on fire right now, going like, I'm waiting.
yeah.
So, sorry to break here real quick, but maybe if we could move on to what Reiju and Zolok are doing, we need to help Baby with something.
Baby. Okay, yeah, we can do
Yeah.
that. So while the everyone's discussing the new judge garden that's taking root down in the cellar, there's a soft knock at your door, Belark.
Zedlark.
Come in.
I open the door and walk in.
By the way, you heard the lyre going again until you knocked.
The what?
The lyre. It's a musical instrument.
Oh, the lyre.
Lyre, not
lyre,
Liar.
Yes.
Right.
Both.
I just kind of listen to the tune for a moment. Pull out the ocarina. May I?
What do you want, Reiju?
How are you feeling?
Conflicted.
understandable considering our current company.
We, I mean, what? 2 weeks ago, I had my own stall. You know, things were working fine, and all of a sudden, now we're being chased by this cult. We've
Indeed.
become enemies of the entire city. We're stuck in a mansion of a known information broker that will sell anyone's information for the right price, who has just been giving us all these things over and over again, but is not being fully honest with us. And not to mention, for the first time in 7 years, I was on my home plane again and I had to leave again.
So you had a home.
Yes. I didn't grow up in this city. I was stumbled through a breach, a rift, something, and ended up in the wastes and have been here since for the past 7 years, doing what I could to make it.
I'll be honest, I know nothing of what that is like, but I can understand being away from home for a time. If I can even call it a home.
I mean, I understand I'm not the only one with problems, but everything is happening way too fast.
That I agree with. I spent 3 months walking through that desert before I arrived here over a year ago. Nothing. No incidents, nothing. Just walk through. I get here, I do work, nothing crazy. The moment that a bike, I guess they called it, crashed into the stalls, our lives changed. And I'm still nowhere near knowing who the hell I am. All I know is I'm some key keeper, some map. But I try not to think too much on my own troubles when I see others struggling. And right now, we're all struggling, to put it mildly.
That is definitely the case.
And I think the only way we can really overcome that is not trusting each other, but just start doing things. I know you're a businessman. Tit for tat. Me, I had the leathers back and forth between Snit's shop and Minako and Miss Joy and the library. But for this certain occasion, I think we're just gonna have to put a little bit of faith in each other.
I understand what you're saying. I personally like to vet people before I go to business with them, as you say. But for the most part, the group isn't my biggest concern. In this city, nothing is free. That is the one thing I've learned from living in this city. Nothing is free. Yet, what happens? We all get knocked out by an ogre, and all of a sudden now we're being It's like, anything you want, you can have. It's fine. I'm on your side.
I don't think he's on our side. I
I
think we are on his side.
And
He saw
that-
something.
Well, I don't
He
like being.
said it himself. He had been looking into this for months before we had actually done our part in days. So he's putting a lot of faith, as you would,
Is he though?
in more
Or are
so
we
than
just
I've seen him
expedient
do.
front?
The store is his front. His dealings in his office, that's the real thing. And God forbid I ever sign a contract during one of his spiels. I know exactly where that goes. I do think we all need to talk away from the hosts with each other as a group. That way we can sort things out. And lo and behold, breakfast is served. So that's another thing. But no rush.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just
Didn't think I'd be
first
running
time
around
in
the
a
desert.
while, I don't know what to do next.
Well, you're not alone. Least we can do is come up with some ideas and help put a vote to it if we so choose.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Wait. Something you said struck me true earlier. Nothing is free in this city. That includes the people. That should change.
Yeah.
Learned a few new things with the sisters this morning. Definitely need to go over it with them. They're currently looking at a dead body at the moment. The judge died.
Of course he did. How could this get any better?
Well, it wasn't Mina. Although, technically, it was Mina. But it was not Mina who killed her. Let's just say we're going to have to mind our P's and Q's later, too. And she'll just kind of like motion. We should probably get going.
All right. Give me 5
Take
minutes. And I'll be
Take all the time you need. We'll be down there. And I'll walk out and probably make my way to make my way down to Snit's workbench underground.
Yeah, and try as you might, like, you find hide nor hair of Snit or Callie.
I look around. What do I find?
Let's say Scrappy's probably
Yep. You just
sitting
find
there,
Scrappy
just
sitting
wagging
there.
his tail.
Yeah. The giant lizard robot dog is just sitting there, kind of like resting its head down on like a bench and just looks at you, and its tail's just doing a little bit of a wag.
I kind of pat the top of Scrappy's head. Got any good treats? No. I forget.
Probably
You don't
barfs
respond to
up
me.
scraps of iron.
I have to ask, does Scrappy bark just like going bark, bark, bark? It's like a really like
Robo popping bark.
You're like
Yeah.
a really bad
bark,
like.
bark. I am a robot dog. Bark, bark.
That is
bark.
really funny, but if it was going to make an intentional noise, it would probably have to sound like iron scraping against iron. some version of that.
Just like audible nails on a chalkboard.
I would hope not quite
Nope.
that bad, but
Nope. Want nothing to do with
Um,
that.
We'll actually try and see if she can find a straight piece of iron.
but you know how the T-Rex roar in Jurassic Park was made of like a guitar string with a pick being drug across it and blah blah blah. Like if you broke it up into pieces, like her bark would be one of those pieces.
Yeah, we'll just pick up the straightest piece of iron that she finds on the floor. That'll do. And just kind of look and just walk out, and then trying to find Callian.
Yeah, same thing. Like I said, you find hide nor hair of either Callie nor Snit. Like,
Did
and then you recall that neither of them were at breakfast.
Did Callian lock her door? Open door.
Did we have like keys to our doors, or
No.
were they just if you're inside you can lock it, but you can't lock it from the outside?
Yeah, pretty much that. You have a deadbolt.
Okay.
We'll just walk in, see she's missing.
Yep, and you open the door and not there.
Looks at the closet, like, is the dress ready? No. Okay.
Yeah, the room is barren,
Baron. Yeah.
save for a small stack of stuff near the bed, but otherwise there's like no personality in the room whatsoever.
That and Bernard laying on the bed in a bed of rose petals.
Bernard too. We'll just close the door, walk back to the
You know where
kitchen
we
table.
are.
Yeah,
Where
just
Tyra
walks back.
is.
Yeah, just walks back to the dinner table,
All right.
and then back over to the cellar where the body is.
Okay.
Actually, wait for Zelark, and then we'll go.
So then you join him. All right.
Yeah.
Mina, while you're in the garden writing in your book, can you give me a what's your passive perception? This wouldn't even be a roll since you're sort of just writing at the moment. You said anything, you're muted.
16.
16. That's good enough.
That's good.
So as you're writing, a shadow sort of like catches your eye off in the distance in skyward. And you see a large, almost desert manta flying down into the city, heading a little bit deeper into the ring of influence. Across its back, you could make out roughly about 4 or 5 chests. The hinges of gold catching the sun, bringing your attention to them. A couple people in rough saddles sitting on the back of this creature as it descends down past the horizon where you can see into the city. But you don't hear any audible signs of panic or confusion. Almost as if where this thing is headed, this is a normal occurrence.
Just keep writing.
Okay.
So, as people start trickling in, as we were talking and moving away,
I'm gonna get up real quick.
Okay.
well, I was gonna say someone should probably go get Mina, but now Mina's leaving.
So you could still say somebody should go get Mina.
Yeah. So Syra will ask if anyone's seen where Mina is as Zelark and Reiju pop in.
Oh, no, we were hoping to talk.
Oh, alone
Just
first?
for-
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're not gonna wait. Okay.
We're in
Yeah, a little
trouble.
privately beforehand.
So let's do that then.
Yes. Let's.
Close the door. Call it good.
Yeah, I think I actually will like partially close the door.
So it's just the four of us right now.
Yeah.
Just okay.
So we haven't really been liking the way things are going around here. A lot of Russian half-cocked, no real plan, no real knowledge. Nobody cares about gathering information and making intelligent, strategic decisions.
No.
And Newix, I can tell you're a survivor. You think tactically, you try to be strategic.
The more information I have, the better I know my enemy and my opponent.
I do have to say though that I mean that's preferable when you can, but the way things have been happening, even when we try to have a semblance of a plan, inevitably because there's so many unknowns, things that keep happening that we have no way of possibly preparing for. And a lot of it is having to be off the cuff and reactionary. It's hard to plan for something when you have unknowns, and when you go in to get information, essentially we get more unknowns. That's just how it seems to have been going this whole time. So how do we plan for something when none of the questions get answered? More questions just keep popping up.
You're not
Well-
wrong in that aspect. However, that goes both ways. There have been some members of this group that have been doing the same thing that we can't plan or prepare for because it just happens.
I see.
See, Sarah, you're right. And often plans only survive to the point of engagement. But there were opportunities for us to have a lot more information so that we would know what we're going into that
Yeah.
were blown because people went off the cuff and flew by the seat of their pants. Trust me, you don't survive in, let's call it, my profession
Uh-huh.
by not being able to improvise and thinking you don't have to. But
Are you referring to the judge or something else?
well, partially the judge. I mean, it does seem like this was something set up as a safety net for their side.
Yeah, I don't think no matter what we tried, we were going to get much out of him.
Maybe not, but the point is now we'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, our plans do keep kind of falling apart, but that doesn't mean that our reactions can't be measured. And they haven't been. They've been violent and final, let's say.
Yeah,
Some
let's just say
people-
it's been impulsive and independent.
The truth is we're not acting as a group, and if we continue to put ourselves in dangerous situations as a group and can't trust each other and be able to anticipate each other's reactions, then we might as well be on our own, because we damn sure will die on our own.
Well, that's the problem. We're only a group by definition, but we're not a group. We all act like untrusty individuals,
Hey,
but we're only a
now.
group by definition. We try to act like a group, but we act independently.
I don't think it's as bad as you both think, or all three of you. I think that there are some people that we've been working with that struggle a little more than others, but have made some progress and just need to know that they've got people behind them and people that believe in them. And we need to talk to them and give them some advice and guidance and make sure they're on board with this plan. I mean, I agree with you. We do need to act more like a group. maybe we need to have a talk as a group about that and see what people want. If they want to go full lone wolf, knowing that they're not going to be able to achieve much, knowing that they'll be in danger, we can't stop them. But if they agree to work with us, then we can set some terms and we can help them. And I don't think it's going to be helpful to attack anybody. Or
It's not so much
blame.
That's
attacking.
my point.
It's not so much attacking. It's pretty much what you said, and what we've been trying to say is get on the same page.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the whole reason that at least Snit and I came to the two of you is because I think we all kind of see eye to eye, more or less, on this. We all know that we need to work together and at least have some form of trust in each other. And that
Agreed.
after we're done speaking here, we should all speak as a group.
Good.
Yeah.
Because
See, that's-
Nix, correct me if I'm wrong, but this, Snit pointing to Asira and to Nix, is your first priority.
Yes.
Of course.
You and your sister. And that's the way it should be. I would never argue that. But if being a part of this group means that you and your sister are in more danger than you are on your own, tell me you wouldn't leave.
No.
In a heartbeat.
Sister.
No.
Well,
It's the right decision. She's absolutely right for making that call.
in the past, yes. But now that I know what's at stake, I'm not going anywhere until I have those pendants.
That's why we need to stop acting individually and impulsively, just because what's the point of having hostages if we're just going to kill them? What's the point? We might as well
Nobody-
just kill them if that's the case.
That's not
what's
what
the-
happened.
I'm just saying from past experiences between torturing and killing and everything else we've done to even try to extract information, it's just piling up more bottles than more tact. So we just need to find a way to get on the same page.
I think we
Because
need out
if
of
the
this
group wants to
city.
do this, we got to work together. And normally you guys, I don't know what kind of view you have of me. I may come off cold, but I actually am a team player. We do hunts as groups, we do hunts as individuals. And if we have to do this task as a group, I mean, just like Snit said, if there's a compromise, if people are going to act on their own and get themselves or us killed, I'm going to try to get me and my sister out of there before that happens. But that's why we need to not let that happen.
Back in the well,
You don't come off cold to me. You're pensive.
that's good. See? I told you not everyone thought that.
I don't have friends.
You do now.
I was your friend.
You
But you
are
didn't
our
like-
friend.
That silence hurts a little bit, Nirix.
I thought you didn't like me.
I mean, I'll admit it started off as being a court-appointed friend, but I grew to care about you.
Callie's the best. Sorry, we'll go and hug her.
Well, and again, I may come off a little weird, but
It's
I mean,
because you
this
are
is your
weird.
home.
That's okay.
yeah. But I mean, this is your home. I'm not here to rack up body counts. And even though I have no personal ties to this city, you do. And our order's not out to kill people just because we can.
Yeah,
No.
and that's one of the things that I hope we can all get on the same page about.
Mhm.
This city is my home. My family lives here. And I mean, people are being taken over. People are being controlled through no fault of their own. What if it was my sister that was controlled, or my brother? I would do anything to get them back, and I don't want to see any harm come to them.
Where is your family?
What if it was my dad?
They're all over.
Do you know if they're safe?
I know my brother is. My family's good at looking out for each other. I'm not worried about them, but
Okay.
I mean, we don't know how deep this goes, which is one of the problems.
Right.
And if they did end up getting controlled, I couldn't live with myself or anyone else that saw harm come to them.
Which reminds me, just because I'm thinking about it, and I look over at Syra. Do you need to keep my dagger in case we do cross more danger and we see that implant?
Oh,
I have 2 of them, so if you need one, you can hold on to that one.
let me see if my equipment, I might have one. I don't know.
I mean, we can get more daggers.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
hold on to
I think Syra has her own because she cut Minako's hair, didn't she?
with your dagger probably, or your sword. I think we used your sword.
I can get you a dagger. Don't worry about it.
Saying in case something
Yeah, I don't have one.
happens.
Yeah,
But-
I'll hold on to it just in case. Thanks.
Okay.
I
See, the point here is not that we. It's not like we hate anybody or want to like say screw all of you. It's a point of realism. If we're going to go into things together, we need to know that everybody has each other's backs and will put their personal, individual vendettas aside to keep the group.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think if we didn't all care about each other, at least on some level, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd just go our separate ways.
what we're facing is impossible as it is. We need each other. But Callie, do you even want to go into this fight? I mean, like you said, you have a family to worry about, and it sounds like if we do this, we're gonna have to leave the city for at least a little while. Maybe build up some strength, maybe find some more allies out there to bring back and help. But as we
Well,
are right now,
That's one thing that I hope we can all talk about and sort out as a group as well.
okay.
I don't think we do have to leave the city, and I don't think leaving the city is going to help us.
Well,
But we can talk about that as a group.
yeah, we have an idea, not a fleshed out plan, just more of a journalization of what we want to try to do, but no, absolutely no details. But
I want to get those pendants away from this place, though. The closer we are to their place of stronghold, which is this city right now, the more in danger they are.
Yeah, we need to talk about it as a group.
Okay.
We really either don't have any information, let's be honest, or some of us have information, but others of us don't. So we all need to be on the same page.
Okay. Where do we want to meet? I can start gathering people.
first things first, let's have them gather them. Let's just make it simple and say the dining room, because we need to burn this body ASAP first.
Okay.
While this conversation is going on, you do notice that the plant is like, now that the scar had been cut open, the roots are kind of like beginning to like spiral around the lower parts of the body as well, kind of enveloping the entirety of the judge.
Okay.
To where it no longer looks human.
Okay.
Does this room look like it would catch fire?
It's stone, no.
Oh, this is probably the best place then.
Yeah. And her hands will light up on fire. And
Bernard.
Nothing.
Damn it.
You know what?
He's not the candy man. He's not Bloody Mary. You don't just say it 3 times and
I don't
appears.
believe that for a second.
You know what? If they get mad at me, you could just blame me. But between mine and Syra's knowledge of this plant, it needs to go now. And I'm gonna
burn it.
Burning hands and just.
Yeah, and as soon as the ray of the burning hands touches the root, the entire thing just catches fire and burns for a quick second before just falling to ash. And then there's nothing there.
I'm gonna double check where the roots are to make sure all the roots have been burned.
Yeah,
and
like
ashed.
all you have now is just a pile of ash on that slab. The body
Okay.
isn't even there anymore.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Where do
Let's
we
go
want to
upstairs.
meet? Do we need to try to hide? I mean, I don't know if there is hiding from our hosts.
That's more the thought that you should have. I get that there's some suspicion in his direction, and whether I agree with it or not, it's still a smart play.
Let's just assume that he has eyes and ears in his own home anyway. I'm sure he can listen through the automatons for all we know, but we're not hiding anything from him. We're just planning.
I think Bernard is here right now, and he's just invisible.
I think he's standing behind you.
Snit starts swiping his claws behind Cal.
Yeah, Sarah starts swiping around her.
Just
Her
everybody
tail
starts-
is swishing.
everybody
Her
just
tail is swishing in a large arc.
Swiper nose swiping.
yeah, everybody
Swiper
just
nose
starts
swiping.
swinging and like wildly and like in error in hopes to hit Bernard. But
Arms out and spin.
yeah, if you get hit, it's your own fault. But nothing, like nobody makes any contact with Bernard at least.
Nirix is just watching the flailing, like, what are you guys doing?
I still think he's here.
We're
He's just really
casting
good.
detect invisibility.
The barbarian
Ye-
detecting it.
You know what? I bet he can spider climb, and he's probably on the ceiling.
Crap. Sarah
What?
will hold up Simon on her staff and start doing a swipe.
Oh,
Start
God.
swinging the stick.
Simon's
my
just
goodness.
hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
It's Snit on a stick.
It's like you guys spend a couple minutes down in the basement, like swinging at nothing, but Bernard's not found.
Nirix is just like, oh God, please stop.
Oh my god, before this campaign is over, Snit will be used as a weapon on the end of a stick.
Can't monks use improvised weapons at some point?
What are you talking about? That's the basis of their attacks. It has to be improvised.
Well, since we've cleared this area, do we want to just meet down here?
I mean, we can as long as we're in a group. We just gotta fetch the others. We just gotta grab the other three. But yeah, I mean, if Gaius or Bernard are listening in, I'm not too worried because let's be honest, there's a certain level of trust between us and him, especially since you guys keep saying that he says don't trust him, but we're beneficial to him. And
Yeah.
that's fine by me because he's beneficial to us. So
Okay.
it's fine.
I'll go.
I don't
get
care where we do
everyone.
it.
Yeah, I'll go too.
I'll wait here.
I'll wait here too.
And
All right.
as Snit and Cyrus start walking up the stairs, Snit's gonna reach up and just pat Syra on the arm and say, You're a really good person, Syra. And honestly, from what I've seen, you're probably about the only thing that's held this group together as long as it has been.
Oh, Snit, that's really kind of you. Thank you. But I think more than that is holding us together. You'll see.
Yeah, there's more, but I think you're the most obvious one.
Thank you. And she'll give you a little kiss on the cheek.
So, while
Right when Reiju comes down the stairs and sees you.
Am I interrupting something?
while Nirix and,
No,
and
we need to get everybody together.
while Nirix and Callie are down waiting for everyone,
Uh-huh.
I want to make something out of that magical clay that I have.
Okay.
Oh snap!
The raccoon clay.
The raccoon clay.
Okay.
I would like to take the time to make it into the shape of like a little palm-sized phoenix.
Okay.
Are you gonna make yourselves a phoenix pet?
I don't know what the clay does, so
That's
I'm just
perfect.
gonna make a phoenix and see what happens.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm jealous if you do.
So you take the time, and it's almost as if the clay is responding to your thoughts as you're making it, as it's helping you shape itself. And it's like a matter of seconds. You've got this small, palm-sized phoenix figurine in your hand. Now, was there anything specific you wanted this phoenix to do, or was this just...
I really have no notes about this clay, so I'm just like,
Okay.
Here's the shape of a phoenix. Let's see what happens. If it does nothing, at least I have a neat little phoenix toy.
Okay. So
Does she have to roll to see like how well it turns out to be a phoenix, or if it turns into like a chicken or something?
no, because the clay responded to her, so she knew. So it knew it's supposed to be a phoenix.
I'm just thinking of, you guys won't get this, but I'm just thinking of the artist in One Piece where he tries to draw a dragon and it just looks like this really fucked up looking worm that comes to life, and you're just like, that's a dragon?
Artist
Wow.
rendition.
Mermaid drawings.
At least it didn't turn into an ostrich.
Yeah.
So as
Wiz
you,
knows what I'm
you
talking about.
form this
The samurai.
phoenix, you feel a bit of heat begin to spread out through your palm as the phoenix kind of vanishes. And around your wrist, 3 bright orange and yellow feathers begin to sprout.
Fuck, she's got a bracelet of Phoenix Downs?
I don't know. Do I have any indication of what that is, or am I gonna have to take some time to study it?
You're gonna
or-
take some time to study it, but you now have
Okay.
these 3 phoenix feathers running down from pretty much the length of your forearm, and you can feel the warmth coming off of them as every now and then there's a slight flicker of flame that comes from it.
I know what
Nice.
I'm gonna spend my night doing.
Nice. So running into Reiju and Zelark. Yep. I'm guessing as you guys were heading down there.
Yeah, like you almost bump into each other as they're coming down the stairs.
Oh,
Good.
who else is down there? Oh, who's missing?
Mina, have you seen her?
Last I saw, she was at the dinner table, but that was before I went to get Zelark.
Ugh. All right, I'll go find her. We're meeting downstairs.
Okay. And just kind of goes in.
I'll go up to an automaton in the dining area.
Okay.
Have you seen the small angry one with horns? Mina.
Oh, yes, Mistress Mina is out in the garden writing in a book.
The garden. Oh, that's surprising. And writing. Well, she's been doing that a little more, I guess, lately. Anyway,
I didn't know
thank
she
you.
could read.
And Sarah will
She's
go out
literate.
and search for Mina. Are you in like the open?
Yeah, she's just like on a bench. Or-
Okay.
I assume, does he have a gazebo?
Oh yeah, there's a gazebo.
Yeah, she's on the gazebo.
What rich person does not have a gazebo in a garden? This dude probably has like 15 gazebos.
Only the people that are recluses and stay indoors.
So the first thing, Mina, you'll probably catch sight of Simon because he's running up to you first and kind of gets his little paws on your book and looks at you quizzically, fluttering his little like neck thing.
Here you want, Sarah, not looking up.
Oh, sorry to bother you. I know you're busy there, but the group we all need to talk about stuff together. So we're meeting up downstairs in the basement. Oh, by the way, I burned the body. It was, or Nyrix rather, burned the body because it was growing stuff. And anyway, we'll fill you guys in all together. But could you follow me, please?
She'll lift up Simon and close her book and start following.
Cool. Okay. And she'll just lead Mina downstairs into the basement. Join everyone else.
Secret basement meeting.
Hey, it's skullduggery time.
Okay. So, everyone gathers down in the basement.
Question, Rojan.
Yes.
Is the basement also warded from molders? She's gonna try to see if she can make like a stool for herself.
It's
If not,
still
she's just gonna
warded.
Oh, yeah,
It's-
she's just gonna sit on like the bottom
Yeah.
stair.
You have a feeling that most of the house is probably warded against any sort of transmutation magic.
Okay, yeah. Then she's just gonna sit on the stairs
In
in case.
case somebody else comes down.
Great.
Like she's still at the bottom, not up. top.
Yeah.
Everybody's we're all here, guys. I know it's a struggle. Good job. Grouping up. And so and I'm gonna let someone else kind of lead this discussion, but I did want to update everyone on the status of the ashes on the table there. Nirix and I did a thorough investigation, and we found out that they were the judge had this thing behind his ear. It was like a surgery that occurred, and they put this seed in there, and it's a plant that I recognize back from my time in the wastes, and it's a really nasty piece of work. But we took care of it. It was going to keep growing and cause a problem, so Nirix had to burn it. But if we end up having to capture anyone in the future, make sure you check behind the ear and cut out the seed immediately. Otherwise, they'll have a way of kind of instant killing themselves. Good news is, Mina, I don't think anything anyone could have done would have prevented that from happening. So, if that helps at all to know. I think that was inevitable.
Zellark
Oh.
stares at Syra and then turns to Nirix. Can you translate that for us?
Yeah. This guy had some nasty shit coming out of his mouth. It can spread really bad. We had to burn it before that happened.
I
Therefore,
thought that
the
was
body had to
pretty
be all burned.
clear.
Syra, sweetheart, you're going a little too fast. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do that.
I mean, I got it, but then again, I was here, so.
Yeah, seed behind the ear. Cut it out. Bad news. Instant
If-
kill.
Basically,
So-
it was implanted behind his ear, possibly as a defense mechanism to prevent interrogation or them turning on Zizix or whoever they work for. Not entirely sure, but it was implanted behind his ear and could potentially have the same situation with other higher up cultists in the group. I doubt they would waste the resources on smaller prey.
Did we check on the other prisoner?
He's gone.
They went to the hospital.
Yeah, Bernard took him last night.
Yeah.
He's not here.
He was somebody who was controlled. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was in that room with Zizix and the other guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
didn't
anything.
what was going on.
He's
Yeah,
He was
brainwashed.
controlled.
He has no
Mhm.
idea what's going on. Just like Jared and who knows who else. He was just a pawn. He wasn't someone like the judge.
He was a mess.
So the judge was definitely in on it.
Yes.
We're guessing, yeah.
From what I can guess, yeah.
How did you know that the seed was there?
Well, we investigated, right?
Yeah, Snit actually was the one that found it when we were trying to investigate the head, which
Yeah.
was the direct origin of this plant.
Mm-hmm. He suffocated from the plant.
Okay, and okay. Any significance to the plant? Okay, so blah
Although
blah blah.
they can just kill them really quick.
It's dangerous. It's this particular strand just spreads so
Picture-
fast it'll consume anything in its path like a weed. It's bad.
Rapid growth.
Here's the-
Extremely
Oh,
rapid growth.
kudzu. I know those.
Yeah, it's not good. So the quicker the better, especially with how fast it was growing. So, and it was consuming the entire body. So yeah, it's done.
It might also serve as a way to alert other cult members of where the body is, because I'm assuming that a normal building hiding this body would have had a giant tree growing out of it by now.
It would have had vines all up and down the building pretty quickly. Yeah, maybe in
You know
matter
that,
of hours.
Syra, you know that these plants aren't stopped by stone. It's like once they begin to sprout, they take root onto whatever surrounding them.
Stone doesn't stop these things.
Cliff sides. Yeah.
But that's a good point. We could also use it to identify high-ranking members of the cult who are involved. If you can get a sight behind their ear and you see us right here, and Sarah will show on herself. If you see signs of a cut that's been basically sewed back up, signs of a surgery, we'll know they're involved.
Just as a precaution, though, if that happens in a certain situation, I think it would be best to take it out instantly instead of you actually touching it, because it could trigger it. It's hard to say, but just as a heads up. But
I'm saying even at the ball, even if we just, if you manage somehow to catch sight of behind someone's ear, which I agree is maybe a little difficult, but it could be a sign, that we'd know.
Mm-hmm. Which reminds us, the reason why we're all together right now. It includes the ball and some others. And she'll look over at Snit and Callie.
So this group, the things we've been doing, the risks we've been taking, a lot of it, as you all very well know, has not been going very well. Part of that is because one of the things that I'm noticing is that there's quite a few of us who are still acting in their own interest, even when it puts the group at danger. If we're going to survive any of this, if we're going to stand even the slightest chance against what we're fighting, we need to know we have each other's backs, and that takes first priority. Zelok, when we went into that gateway, and you had to tell them that you had brought us there as sacrifice, the only reason I knew to play along was because I trusted you. We all need to have that kind of level of trust in each other. You don't have to like each other if you don't want to. I don't care about that. We need to know we can trust each other. We're on the same page. I don't know what happened, but Zillow, you went back through that gate when we were all out. What happened? I waited for you there for half an hour.
You scared us. We were worried.
I apologize about that. It's something I noticed when we were going through the portal. But that place, as I said before, is in the Shadowfell. My home plane. I had not been home in 7 years when I first stumbled through something and landed here. So I know that was selfish, and I do apologize. But I had to confirm that I had found a way that I could actually make it back. And
I understand that. And don't get me wrong, I can understand the feeling of wanting to go back home after so long being away from it. And yes, it was selfish. but it was selfish because we just got out of a dangerous situation and you went back into it alone with no way for us to follow. So if you had gotten yourself killed, we would have never have known. And we could have found another way to get you back or find out how they are connecting. It has probably something to do with those ley lines. And we could have found another way to help you back, but not in that moment. That was
we all would have
the
understood.
worst time to do it.
As Nirek said, we would have all understood, but we didn't know. And that's one of the biggest problems that we're having is we hold information back from each other. If you had said to us that that was your home and that you needed to go back and you needed to see it for yourself or confirm it for yourself, I think we would have understood and we would have offered to help. But as a group, we don't seem to talk to each other. None of us seem to be on the same page with anything. And all that's accomplishing is putting each other in danger. And that needs to stop. It needs to change if we hope to succeed at, well, anything, really. We're headed towards a very dangerous situation in 2 weeks. And if we go into it as we are now, we're not all coming out of it.
You're right.
I don't mind if we get in a situation and you have to go off the beaten path because it changed the plan. But if that means that you're going to either get yourself killed or the group killed, not a good idea. And that's, I think, something that we keep doing where we think we have a plan. We think we know what we're doing, but then we just act like individuals. It's like the idea of the group is just gone. And then it hurts the rest of the group. Now, I don't mind being part of a group. I just got to know that if something goes down, someone, aside from my sister, because that's a given, has my back.
Nerix is really hitting it right where we need to hear it. That's the issue, is we can't see ourselves as independents when we go into something together. Your own passions and ambitions have to be set aside for that moment, and know that if it's something you really need to do, the others will back you up, but only if they know that you have their back in turn. Honestly, that's the only way my clan survives out in the wastes. We can trust each other fully. No one's an individual in those situations. So we just need to know that we can have each other's backs and that you all have the strength of will. And I know you do. I know each and every single one of you cares, even if you act like you don't. And I know each and every single one of you has the strength of will to do this. But if you think you don't, if you don't want to, then don't drag everyone else with you.
Now, I
Be
think
mindful.
we can be in agreement that we all want to get back at this bitch. We want to get back at Zizix. That is clear. Along with, even if not all of us, some of us want to get those necklaces back, which is a blow to this Verlinda woman. So we all at some level are on the same page as far as like what we want to do next as a goal. So I think from now on, going forward over this next week until that moment, we need to start acting more like a group instead of individuals, and think of a way to make this work.
And being honest about what you want. Don't string the others along, making us think that you want the same things when you don't.
And listening to what other people want. Sometimes that means making a compromise. I know not everyone likes to make compromises.
Another thing
But
that
if we're
could
going to
actually
work as a
happen,
group, we have to.
another thing that can actually happen is you might find out that multiple people have the same idea, the same goals.
Exactly.
And we can have our moments. I mean, I understand now that I know, because now that I have more information, which, by the way, thank you, Zellar. Now it makes more sense why you acted the way you did. Because now I have that information. Now I know. And you had every right to be pissed off and go off on your own. But because we didn't have that information, we were left in the dark and we thought you were just going off to get yourself killed. And
We
then all
also-
this other stuff happened, and all of a sudden you threaten other people, and then we start turning on each other, and it's just
Yeah.
need those facts. You don't have to tell us your life story. You don't. If you have secrets you don't want to tell us, that's fine. We all have our secrets. But we got to be on the same page about one thing, and that's to figure out what the hell's going on with this town and why people are being controlled and get rid of that threat. Because it could be one of us next.
Also, now that we know where you're from and that you're looking for a way back, we can look out for that. Help you with that.
Yeah, just to put this on the table, this isn't about you giving
Yeah.
up your personal ambitions, but realize that if we're as a group, when we're fighting for something, the group should come first, and in return, the group will, at least speaking for myself, I will do everything I can to help you in your personal ambitions, as long as they're justified and right. Getting you back home, if that's your goal, I mean, I'd hate to see you go eventually, but I would help you.
And we're not attacking you specifically, Zelark. It was just a more recent example. There's been moments, I think, when we've all, not
Yeah.
done what's best for the group.
No,
We've all
no,
been
it's-
there.
It's
It-
fine.
It's like when I punched that shopkeep, I shouldn't have done that. That was a decision that I made for the whole group.
Guys, I wish I would have seen that.
I did not make the right decision in that moment.
Callie, let's be honest. That was more of a team building exercise. A lot of us got
mean,
a little proud of you there.
It felt good, but it wasn't right. And it was a decision that I made because I wanted to do it, not because I thought it was right for the group. And that's why it was wrong. When one of us makes a decision, we make it for all of us. Sometimes that means all of us need to make a decision for one of us, but we're in it together,
We do talk.
and we have to make all of our moves for each other, because we're all going to suffer the consequences when we make the wrong one.
That's why it's crucial we need to get together and be on the same page now, because shit could hit the fan here pretty soon in a week. And I'm not talking about just at the ball. Something can happen in between. So we need to take this time to be prepared, talk to each other, figure out a plan for the ball, because the only plan we have right now, and it's more of an idea, is get in, find the necklaces, and we're probably going to have to leave the town. But that's just the plan, or that's just the idea. That's not the actual plan, or a backup plan, or a backup to the backup plan. We just need to flesh out those details.
And as you say that, you hear, Mina, you would hear it first since you're the closest to the stairs, but the basement door open and somebody come running down at like a quickened pace. Like when you look back, you could see Bernard with like a sort of worried look on his face.
Hello.
Oh, good. You're all down here. Please stay down here.
What's
Why?
happening?
She's upstairs.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay. We're here.
yeah, my
There's an audible growl coming from Snit right now, but he
she's
sits.
Yeah,
Me-
you see.
she's
Mina
meeting
goes,
with my
"Tense up."
brother. Apparently one of his deliveries showed up for her today, so she's come by to pay him. Just
Oh,
wanted to
right. They
make
do have
sure.
that weird business partnership. All right.
Zelark is just spinning a dart in between his fingers.
Does Bernard have both horns?
Yes, he does.
Okay, Bernard, are you going to be at the meeting or
What meeting?
That they're having right now.
that they're having?
no,
Their business
no.
transaction.
Nope. I am prohibited from being within 15 feet of her.
Well, we're
Wait,
not.
I'm interested. Why?
I tried to stab
There's a
her
story
once.
there.
So get a
I don't
20-foot
believe it.
dagger.
All right. So do you just want to let us know when she leaves? How long do these transactions usually take?
Depends on how thankful she's being.
Oh,
Oh,
Ah.
well, good. We have to. I guess we're still kind of sort of talking anyway, so I guess it works out.
Good.
Oh, Bernard,
By the way,
body.
the body.
Yeah.
it's taken
we
care
have
of.
to burn it.
Oh, good. You disposed of it. That's one thing I can take off of my list today.
We had to.
Oh,
The
that's
plant was going to grow through the roof.
Yeah, the plant was a danger, so we dealt with it.
Oh, well, thank you for that, and thank you for lighting on fire. That's much better than what I was thinking. I was just going to take it to the landfill and feed it to the Otyus, but I guess this works too.
Bernard, do me a
That would've been
favor.
Mm-hmm.
Come here.
He walks over.
And I'm going to take a look behind his ear. Do I
Check
see
the ears.
anything?
There's nothing there.
Someone could be a lefty. Check the other ear.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a scar behind your brother's ears?
Not behind his ears, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Though, now that you mention it, I have
Mhm.
seen it behind a couple people's ears. I always thought it was just some bad in the ring of influence his community to where you just some sort of self-scarification.
Nirix will go ahead and
Start taking
explain.
notes on who that is.
We
Yeah.
need a list.
Nirix will explain what that means and what happened with the judge, and just kind of explain the whole
Ooh.
why we're asking about the ear and all that stuff. And she'll explain everything.
Well, that's not good. I'll
So if we ever take one hostage again and need to get information, that needs to be removed first.
Well, I would need some practice on removing it, so if you could capture another one. But I wanted to let you know that I have figured out a way to sneak your weapons and gear into this little shindig we're attending.
Go on.
Wonderful.
I've procured some bags of holding from a gracious donor. That
Oh, no.
Let the hoarding begin.
that I will be storing your belongings in an upstairs room in the manor, just in case we need them.
All right.
That's during the ball.
During the ball, yes.
Okay.
That's why if things go south, you can get changed into some more appropriate bloodletting attire and have at it.
Love that. Appropriate bloodletting attire.
I mean, you can't really, get the dresses dirty, can you?
I mean, I can wear anything really, but
Well, actually,
My
I kind
dress
of
is
look.
made out
I
of
look.
leather.
I look at Bernard up and down and see if his clothes are actually a little dirty or ratty.
Nope.
Anyone else?
Anyone else in the party?
nope.
What?
Prestidigitation.
Oh. Whoa, I like the dirt. No.
I mean, Callie's probably still in her pajamas. Let's be honest.
She's been fighting in pajamas the entire time.
I mean, if you're not
I mean,
going
we-
anywhere, do you
we
really
just
need to
got
change
up,
out?
like an hour or
I mean-
two ago. So
The only thing Nirix would not be wearing is like her duster jacket. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, so everyone can see like her like scarred body, like the patches of it on one side. Otherwise, she doesn't. That's the only thing she wouldn't be wearing if she's being casual.
Now,
Yeah, pretty much the same. Miniko's not wearing her long
Oh,
jacket.
there's also
Her vest and
this.
blouse.
Yeah.
And he pulls out a small key ring.
What's that?
I'll take that.
Keys
Thank you.
to the kingdom to say.
Zelark, Snip.
Are you giving us the key to the manor?
Well, I'm giving you the keys to the manor.
Multiple. I'll just kind of
You
fling
can't,
him over
you
to
can't
Zelark.
really go skulking about if you don't have a key ring, right?
That's true.
That's true.
Will these be
Appreciate it.
missed?
Not really.
Snick, can you make copies?
No, do not make copies.
Oh. Why?
Ah,
Let's just say that it would have explosive results.
Oh.
Ah.
Weird.
I'm used to that, but
Good
okay.
security.
No, you would only need one key ring. No, they won't be missed. I don't think so. Most of her staff have those keys on hand.
Okay.
Most?
Okay.
Anything else for now, Bernard?
I'm heading into the city. If anyone needs me to grab anything, I can.
Oh, yes, here. Sarah hands you a list.
Need these components, please.
It's a gilded flower worth 300, gilded acorn worth 200, and and 2 things of rope.
I actually had a special request. And just like one slip of paper kind of goes across. So for a request for a holy symbol.
Any in particular? Or just grab it off the nearest cleric?
Well, it'd have to work for me, so
I mean, it's a holy symbol. I mean, as long as you're holding it and you haven't pissed off a god.
Ogama, the god of knowledge.
Okay.
Or Ayun, either one.
Ayun or Origomai. All right, so I'm either robbing a library or punching someone. I could do that.
Thank you.
Bernard.
Bernard, you don't
Yes?
happen to sell things of the Lady of the Night in the city, would you? What are they?
Come again?
Because I remember seeing something in like the religion doc that you sent us that I haven't been able to find again. There was Blood Queen of the Night.
Oh, the Blood Queen of the Night. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I sell anything like that?
No, I mean in the city.
Oh, do I know of anyone in the city?
Yes.
I could possibly find someone. May take some digging, but somebody somewhere must be following her teachings. Why?
Lost my ring and I need a new one.
You need a new ring.
Yes.
Any
Lost it
specific
when I got
any specific ring, or what are we
just a ring
talking
with
about?
with the sigil on it.
Just a signet ring with her.
Yes. I lost mine when I was expelled from my tribe.
Ah. Oh, I'll see what I can do with that.
And she hands him her sword. If she's upstairs, it's probably best if you take this away from me.
Oh no, it's fine.
Thyra will take it.
I have a very short list. I mean, I have plenty right now, but you can never have too many vials. Can you just grab just a handful
if
of
you-
vials, please?
If you need vials, just take them from the little greenhouse that we got, where we make our own potions.
Can I
Yeah, just help
compensate you
yourself.
for that at all?
Nah, you don't need to compensate. We get shipments in of empty glass vials all the time because every cut person, their mother wants special poisons made for their blades.
All right. Thank you.
Speaking of poisons,
Bernard, if
Bernard
you
is
could-
regretting coming down here at this point.
Yeah.
and Snett will say, basically, I need as much gunpowder as you can find, and iron scraps, and ball bearings, and just ship them down to the workroom. And
What happened to all the materials that you had 2 days ago?
I need more.
I'll see what I can do.
And paralysis poisons would be good. Sleeping poisons would be good. Just whatever you can find, just send it down there. And properly label them.
Okay.
Oh, I did actually just think of one more thing. I don't know if you'd have it here. You have to go find it. Any dissolving paper.
Talk to my brother about that one.
Oh, before I forget.
Hold on. Wiz has been trying to get
A word in.
get a word in for a couple seconds here.
I was just gonna go, Bernard, if you could, a pearl worth 200 electrum, and just some incense if you have them.
Any special scent or just grab what I can find?
Nom chomp.
Somar's head pops up and he's like, lately, this one has been getting banished a lot, so.
It does happen. Oh, speaking of banishment, you should know that walking into her establishment, her home, her den, whatever you want to call it, those of you of the magical persuasion may have your access to said magic restricted.
Even me?
Not sure. You're not one of the arcane ones, but
Cross his fingers.
So maybe that means not me as well.
I thought your magic came from your blood, not necessarily.
It does, but I don't know how powerful these anti-magic fields can be. They can suppress different forms of magic, so that's why I say it as a precaution.
It's kind of
Mine's
like what
divine.
it's kind of like what my brother has around here, with the specific warding of transmutation magic. She's just a bit more paranoid.
Would Scrappy not work there?
Oh no, Scrappy's fine. Scrappy's fine. He's.
Although Scrappy might be too big and obvious.
Yeah, you might want to leave the pooch at home, or hidden outside in the grounds. I mean,
Yeah.
I could maybe make reconfigure Scrappy into like a smaller like scouting thing.
Or you could put him in the bag of
Ideas.
holding.
Scrappy you can't fit Scrappy in a bag of holding.
not to mention Scrappy has a bag of holding in him. You
Yeah.
don't
Not
want to
one
introduce
piece
those
anyway.
two.
Simon like crawls up Syra and starts like doing lizard squawking at her. And she'll look over at Bernard. Oh, and a bag of roasted beetles, please.
I can do that.
Oh, Sarah, I've just been letting Chipster go out into the garden and eat some of the bugs out there.
Oh,
Make
he's
sure-
been doing that too, but he's also a connoisseur of sorts sometimes. He's being fancy. I let him have treats from time to time. This is the last time we're in the city. Might as well let him live it up too.
Oh,
So,
Nyrix, I have some good news for you. That destructive machine of yours, it's finished.
how many sidecars did we fit?
No.
Give me a moment.
How?
Give me a moment.
Oh no.
Roll for sidecars.
Oh no.
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 It's a D12.
You're
It's
rolling
okay
a
if Snit doesn't
D100,
fit in a
right?
sidecar. He can just spread his wings
There-
and tie a rope to it.
There is
You guys have a skiff.
they created. He added one sidecar for your specifications, Snit.
Why is it Snit's specifications?
Snit was working on it, and he thought that
Snit.
maybe
What?
Syra would like a sidecar to sit in.
It's a 2-seater bike. She just sits behind me.
I mean, some people don't want to ride, bitch.
You call
Wow.
my sister a bitch?
Wow.
Wait, how do you know that phrase?
Hold my earrings. Hold my earrings.
No, it's just like, hold on, let me get the bracelets off. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, it could be useful. We could like, put stuff in it to carry.
But it weighs down the bike.
Yeah.
The whole point is to go fast.
You would
If-
have
if
you
it
would have to
followed my
talk
specifications, then it only weighs like 10 pounds.
you would have to talk to Jorduke about exactly specifications on what he added. But
We have time to remove it if you want.
It comes with a latch. Oh my gosh.
So it's attachable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I go
then,
pick it up at some point and park it here?
I can have him deliver it here if you'd like.
Get rid
Oh,
of my-
also have him bring this and this and this and this.
Have him bring my bench.
So we'll just kind of save up the shopping part, whatever. It's like, okay, get this, that way we can prep in between.
Yep, that's done.
Might want to gather my mount I have in the stables.
Oh yes, if anyone has mounts that they would like me to retrieve, that would
I
probably
mean,
be
maybe
a good
not bring
idea.
him here. It's a really big fucking lizard.
Oh, we have mounts. We have mounts on the side, a stable on the side. We can keep him in.
What kind of lizard?
Really big one.
Well, I look forward to meeting them. What's their name?
Doesn't have a name.
What? I'll ask it later.
It's
Don't
called
give it a
Zoe.
name.
Yeah,
You'll get too attached.
Mina's one of those people. Mina's one of those people that's just like, why would you name it? It's just for travel.
Is there? I don't know the city well, but would it complicate things if we needed the skiff here? So if for some weird reason we need to go, we can have the
Oh.
skiff here and go.
That's actually something I wanted to bring up. You remember how when Varen visited us, right? Or Varys?
Baron, yeah.
Yeah.
We could set it up the night prior to the ball at that location. Same location, tarp over it, sand over it.
Yeah,
We do have the
if-
Jackdaw's escape tunnel.
yeah, the
Yeah,
jackdaw,
I
the
think-
jackdaw's.
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Okay.
As a last resort kind of thing.
No, that's I forgot about that tunnel. So that's
That's a
actually
good
a good
idea.
idea. I was just thinking of a safe passage if we need to get through here. We know it's safe for a certain extent here, but with those tunnels, it would do the same thing. So
That's a way
yeah.
better idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we need to talk about our plan before we talk about our escape plan.
Yeah, we might be here for a while, depending on how long
Fair.
that happens up there.
You have enough time to plan. I'll run out and start gathering all your things.
Appreciate it,
Just
Bernard.
do me a favor. Don't go up there and stab her. She gets awfully mad if you do that.
I
Dar
briefly
will hold
side-eye
up
Mina.
Mina's sword.
I
It's
mean,
not time for that yet.
weren't we planning on doing that anyway?
Yes, but let's not make the crime scene my home, if possible.
Ah, right.
No,
Forgot that
heist,
detail.
not murder. Heist.
Heist. Heist with a little bit of foolery.
Oh, and your fineries are ready for
Oh, wonderful.
the establishment.
I didn't order any. I'm fine.
Oh, we got.
Yeah, you
something for
did.
Oh, fuck.
You'll love it.
No, all you need to do, dress to your finest, enjoy the ball, and I'll slip the instruments of murder into the house.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Bernard.
Thank you.
Minako will rip up the page that she was writing on her book and hand it to her. I was like, take this to Joy, please. I
I'll say
figure I should
Bernard.
at least
Sorry.
say my farewells, if not in person, in letter.
Yeah, and he takes it.
Fetch the carrier, ostrich.
Yeah,
I'm
it's pretty
sorry,
much
Fox. It's
when
going to
she
be
was
the
in
running gag. I apologize.
When she was in the garden, she was writing a thank you note to Joy for her and her dad taking care of her when she was expelled.
Oh, nice.
All right. So I think
Also,
think-
Bernard, really quick, if you could get Raptor here at some point before this next week,
I will see what I can do.
just
I
please protect him.
I know you have a lot on your plate, Bernard. Could you maybe come see me later tonight? I need to talk to you. I just want to talk. Just talk.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
What
Let her
time?
do her thing.
What time were you thinking?
After dinner sometime.
I will be there. And I think with that, we are going to take our first break, just so we can get up, stretch our legs, get something to drink, all that stuff. And when we come back, we will get on with the planning of this Ocean's 11 heist. But stick with
there's
us,
a-
guys. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Adios. Hasta luego.
Hey, that's
And we are back.
Oh, are we back?
Divine.
Stop
back.
the plans. Oh,
Oh,
no.
yep.
Oh, stop talking, stop talking. He can hear us now.
And
Oh no.
speed.
And scene.
Pause. Pause.
What, you trying to stop me from making contingency plans here?
No, we're just stopping so we can do them on screen.
Uh-huh. Right.
You don't control us outside the cameras.
Alright.
Or
I'm
do
back.
I? All right.
So Snit will probably start to like, well, it sounds like you got a lot to do, Bernard. You should go.
Talk about.
Yeah. Is there a...
Did you just show him the door, Snit?
No, we showed him the window that goes out the basement.
Oh, I need a small ruby that would fit in this bird skull. Thank you.
Okay. He
Oh,
kinda
wait,
just, like,
Snit.
as he heads
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
That Ruby.
Minako's echo will like push him out.
All right, go.
Oh yeah. Sarah, where did you find this out in the desert? There's like that ruby sliver.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
never mind, Bernard. Can I use this,
We're not
Raju?
supposed to be known down here.
Wasn't the description of that like it was somehow like empty or void?
Yeah, there was.
It's basically a non-magical thing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Yeah,
it,
it's just a ruby.
it's just a ruby. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know if maybe it could house.
it could.
soul
It,
gem?
it definitely
whatever.
could. It definitely could be used for some sort of like magical housing, but right
That's-
now it's just a ruby.
So,
Okay.
so what I want to do with it, DM, is I want to spend my downtime in between once we're done planning and stuff. I'm gonna make my necklace into a focus, so in case they take my staff away or I can't bring my staff in.
Okay.
I have a different arcane focus, so I want to spend time like doing whatever druidic rituals it takes to create a focus.
Alrighty.
And Snit would gladly offer, if he finds that out, to help you make it look like
The necklace.
jewelry, like pretty it up and whatnot if you wanted.
She will definitely go to Snit during this time.
So it just doesn't
Oh.
look like a bird skull with a ruby just jammed into it.
Yeah, so it looks nice.
She's just like, all right, I got the butter around the eye socket. Let's shove it in.
I made it myself.
It's like a bird unicorn.
Look, Ma, I made a thing.
A birdicorn?
The eye socket's all cracked from just having a ruby force.
The
into
ruby's
it.
really
Yeah.
loose. It's like it's
Iris
just
is
like one
crying.
bump
It's
from falling out.
rattling.
Yeah.
We're trying to be sneaky, just hear a little rattling, a little bell.
Oh god, I turned her into a cat. No.
Well, I mean, Bernard just helped part of the plan, at least, to figure out how we're gonna get our weapons and stuff in there. So
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Sounds like we have a good escape plan too.
Speaking of Snit, will you have my item done?
Yeah. I have lots of ideas for it. Okay. Sorry, we kind of got interrupted there. Just one more thing. Zelak, you have suspicions against our host here, and that's fine. You had a good reason, but you kind of sprung it up on people.
Yeah.
I have a history with both you and Gaius, and honestly, I don't. If you do that kind of thing, I'm not going to know what to do. Going back to the flying by the seat of our pants thing, that was very much flying by the seat of our pants.
If I
And-
may, I was telling Raju this 2 weeks ago. I had my own stall. Like we were all doing our own thing, and then we've been thrust into this group. There's a cult after us. There's oh yeah, 2 cults, and then we were left for dead. We woke up in Gaius's mansion, And you and I know he is an information broker who will sell any information for the right price. Being under his care and constantly be giving these gifts, like, you know, the town, like, nothing is for free here.
Oh,
And
I
just
see where this is going wrong. You think this is free? Well, no, you obviously don't think this is free.
yes,
But you think he's trying to pretend like this is free. He's
There's-
not.
I feel like there's an angle.
Of course there's an angle.
We
I don't-
benefit
He's
him.
investing in us.
We benefit him,
Technically,
but he
we benefit
benefits
the
us
city.
too for information. So you're right. It's not for free, but
He's not concerned about the coin, at least not right now. That's not what he's after from us.
It's not just that.
We're the ones putting ourselves at risk.
Snit, you remember Venya, right?
Yes.
Venya?
Months ago, she was out on a job. And one of her, you know, the crew she was in was pure, they were like family, right? They trusted each other.
Yes.
She never came back.
Did any of the group?
A couple of them, but
What they said?
none of their accounts make sense. Like, there's conflicting stories and everything, and you understand, like, trusting people in the city comes with risk.
Of course.
And no offense to all of the rest of you, but I don't know you. And yes, you don't know me. But I've survived these past 7 years on another plane because
well, you're absolutely right. We don't know each other, and that's why we don't instantly trust each other, which is why with the upcoming plans, we should at least trust each other to get the job done, if nothing else. We
and
don't have
again,
to like each other, we don't have to trust each other to the fullest, but enough to know that we got each other's backs to get this job done.
Which, again, that even makes me more concerned that you made the play you made. You expected everyone in this group to have your back when they don't know you, and all they know is that Gaius has been keeping them safe. My point is only this. If you have your suspicions, that's fine. Everyone should be on their guard. Absolutely, 100%. Everyone should be on their guard. But if we're going to make that kind of play, we need to make it together. You should know this by now. Gaius is much stronger than us.
yes,
There's a reason he's not concerned about Valindo coming into his house. So until we have a plan on how to react to that kind of thing, making those kind of moves is gonna just end up with it not working.
it's, and again, like, you guys, especially you, Snit, are probably the only people besides Venya who I've even attempted to open up to. And when I know I acted rashly confronting Gaius like that. And again, I apologize for going through that portal again. Like, I understand that was incredibly stupid.
It just really threw
My
me off
emotions got the
because-
better of me there. But when I see someone who is potentially putting not just me, but all of us at risk for unknown reasons, that's why I acted.
I get it. But you threw me off. In our time together, you have always been very professional, very precise.
Lately,
And all of a sudden, just today, you make these two big moves that I didn't see coming.
if I'm not, if I'm honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed.
So it's okay, Zelig. We'll get through this. And I want to help with. Sorry, what was your name?
Vinya.
I want to help with Vinya. We'll figure that out. But right now, let's just concentrate and keep our head in the game. I'm going to put this on the table. I don't think Gaius is out to get us. At least not right now. But I'm willing to have my eyes open.
From where I stand, this is a quite simple power play on Gaius. We do this, we destabilize it, whatever form of government's happening. He told us to leave. I only assume he's gonna snatch at power in the vacuum that's gonna follow what we do. Makes sense.
I think that's probably not far from the truth.
Ultimately, I don't see how that affects us negatively. We might be painted as villains by some folk in the ring of influence with their posh mannerisms and such, but who cares? I'm ready for whatever plan you guys come up with.
Well, it sounds to me like whatever we do going forward, we need 2 sets of teams for this plan. We need the extraction crew to go in, locate the items, and grab them. And we need another crew on detail to keep an eye out, distract, whatever we need to do so the other team can be successful. Question is, who will be those teams? Because I know as of right now, Reju, you presented us with this map to like find and locate these items, and
I'll actually
you might have to be part of that and see if you may have to be on that crew if you can find them.
They'd have to be. And if I have my magic, I'd like to be on that team as well. I can make us quieter.
All right, Sarah, come here, and I will hand you the pendant and the map.
Okay.
See if you can use it right now.
Okay. I will try to use it.
You're
Muted.
Everybody has major disadvantage. It does nothing for you.
I think this is attuned to you.
Do you think it could be attuned to you, Sarah?
That's a good question. We could wait out the time. Usually with magical items, you have to attune them, right?
I can try.
All right. Just work on that while we're all working on this.
Okay. I'll try it.
Let's say that just for the sake of argument, let's just say it doesn't work and it's only attuned to you.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you and Syra would be on one team. I don't know about the others, but I would like someone who's very good at stealthing or grabbing items.
Well,
Just
I
looks
was already
over to
planning
Snip.
to.
We all look at Snit.
I was already planning to if the house came out.
So we've got that team. I can be quiet, but I would rather be on detail and keep an eye out and help any way I can out on the main floor, whether it's distraction, muscle, conversation, whatever it needs to be.
Do we actually
Clark
know...
raises an eyebrow at the mention of conversation.
Oh.
You,
Just because I lack the charisma doesn't mean I can't be some
Hey,
said
form of
nothing.
you don't
conversationalist.
need charisma to converse. Just saying.
I just suck at convincing.
Hey. Do we actually know exactly what's going on at the soiree?
No,
Ball.
it's a ball.
Bunch of rich tits
Yep,
drinking and
dancing.
indulging in their
Well,
I mean,
What are the
there's
no
a
one
ballers
here.
dance,
do?
there's meeting together. Is there a special kind of dancing going on? I don't know.
None
I'm
of you.
not
None of
Shut up.
you.
I know fully how to dance like you people do.
None of
I
you
don't
have
know
ever
how to
been
dance.
to like one of these royal ring of influence soirees before, so
Oh, I'm sure I've observed plenty.
Have we
There-
been to have
There will be a show. My brother and his co-workers, let's say, are going to be performing there.
Oh,
They're entertainers.
Dancers.
huh.
Who's your
Quick
brother?
question out of character,
Mhm.
because I don't quite remember. Did Callie make it known to everyone that she was given the blueprints to her manor?
I don't think she mentioned that yet.
Okay, because I didn't want to say it in character and have that be wrong. I just wanted to clarify that first. So okay. Well,
Well,
they could be our eyes. If you have a way of communicating with him, they could help us out and be our eyes.
I'd rather
no.
not they actually get involved.
That's fair.
I
but
agree.
just,
We need to
uh,
keep as many people out of the loop as possible.
Yeah, as far as like what kind of things are going to be happening there, there will be a show that's put on.
It's one
That'd be
form
a
of
good
start.
time. The
Yeah.
distraction. Everyone's looking potentially in the same area.
What kind of performers are they? You said dancing. Do they do specific kind of dancing that's like very crowd worthy to draw attention?
Yes.
Callie just not
Yes.
Callie just not
Yes,
wanting
they
to
do.
like flat out admit that her brother's a Chippendales dancer.
I want to insight it, but Nyrix doesn't really like know enough.
Patrick
of that to
Swayze
be
or
like,
Chris Farley?
okay.
Do you know
I
how to
mean,
dance?
Me?
Yeah. Since your brother's
Uh,
a dancer, do you know how to dance?
I'm
Show us a dance that your brother does.
no.
Brown chicken,
Does
brown
any of us
cow.
know how to dance?
Uh,
I
I-
can. I will
kind-
be able to dance.
I kind of do. Most of my dancing has been done at the dueling banjos.
Yeah, it's like you guys know like the common forms of dance. Anything like highbrow, not really, not really
Um,
trained in any of that.
So I
Just
guess we
would-
wing it.
just throwing ass in
anything.
the club.
Pretty much.
If anything, my teachings at the monastery were like a dance.
Yeah, but they're not really.
Yeah,
know,
katas are
ballroom-
not dances.
They're
I
not.
can
They're not
make it
ballroom
so.
apparent,
I-
or not
I-
ballroom appropriate.
Would
Uh,
Zelark maybe know some of the upper ones? Because, you know,
You're
he's
not even
aspiring.
from this plane.
But I've been in the city for 7 years. I've been aspiring to be higher than my station. So
While you've been aspiring to be higher than your stations, you haven't really been invited to one of these things before.
Got it.
Aw,
Like
Yeah.
while you're
can't
like,
sit
while
at
you're
our
known
table.
like in the circle, like the merchant circle, you're
Hmm.
not really on anyone's radar up on like the high podium of the circle of influence.
Just was curious.
I bet Bernard knows.
I was
Maybe
gonna
he can
keep
help us.
This a secret. But I'm actually taking dancing lessons from my brother, so
Oh,
I'll be able to dance hopefully by the time we go.
that's
Are you
smart.
telling me you're on team detail? Is that what you're telling me?
I suppose.
Well, I think we'll all be out on the ballroom floor at some point. It's just at some point we're gonna splinter off.
I should stay in the party for most reasons. Whether I can talk my way out of a lot of things, but I also have the ability to
What it just looks like.
send a message if need be.
Oh, that's good because I was gonna ask, like, if any of us have a way of communicating with each other.
And you see him bring up a like either brass or copper ring, you can't quite tell, to his mouth and just say, just like this, and you hear it in your head.
Oh, that's great. I can send an animal friend to deliver a message, but it might take them a little longer. It's not that instant, but
Yeah, I
and
think
it might
we're
look kind of odd if a bird just randomly flies into the ballroom.
I think we're gonna need both the normalcy and the expediency of Zelark's
Well,
networking. Then
If his spells even work, though.
that's true.
True.
The 120 feet is, yeah.
We're also forgetting something else, just in case. What if she has all these items on her person?
One of them is.
She just comes out just like wearing all of them like she's Flava Flav or something like that.
B.A. Barabbas
Yeah,
from the
right.
18.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
just
how
like
many
decked out like
bracelets
Mr.
does
G.
Johnny Depp wear?
Yeah, does she just scream "Yeah, boy" as she walks down the stairs?
She's got
If she
she's just
has-
wearing all of
Can't
her
take no
museum on her.
Yeah.
If she has all three of them on her, that's a problem.
I doubt she'll be wearing all of them. She'll probably have the other two hidden away.
She's way more
Just
vain
thinking
than
of it as I'm just also okay. Then let's do this then. We know for a fact she has one on her person. Just as a backup plan, say she still has that on her person. I think we talked about in the past that maybe if we're not able to get that, as long as we have the others, we'll be somewhat satisfied. But
Guy
what if
said
her other
he-
minions are wearing them?
Guy said he would be handling the one around her neck.
That's true. He
And
did
the
say
other
that.
two
That's true, he did say
would
that, yeah.
be on display.
What about the other two then? What if
They're on
her
dis-
other
they're on-
minions?
They're on display.
Nyrix, you're what we just acquired. Maybe you can make some darts for us.
You,
I-
Nyrix, you know that the poison only takes effect if it's ingested.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted the dissolving paper. Yeah, I actually, unfortunately, that won't work. But I have plans for that, and it will actually work out because if Zelark is going to be on the floor with me, I will actually need his help with that once I've acquired the materials and put it together. So Zelark, I'll get together with you later and work out that plan because I may have a way to incapacitate some people. Looking over at Callie, not killing them, just rendering them immobile to
I
get
mean,
what we need.
Nothing draws a crowd faster than a fainted noble.
That's
is
actually something I wanted to talk about while we're here, talking about this plan and talking about our future together. I think it's no surprise to anyone that I'm not okay with all the killing that's been happening, and I know some of it was not deliberate. But I think we need to be less murder happy, let's say. I know out in the wastes it's kill or be killed. I understand that. But the city is not the wastes. You kill someone in the city and you go to prison for the rest of your life. The laws are there for a reason. And more than that, this cult has deep roots in this city and they control people, whether those people want to be controlled or not. And I have family and friends here. And if one of them was controlled and we crossed paths, I wouldn't be able to stand with anyone that sought to do harm to them. And it doesn't just go for my friends and family, it goes for every single person in this city. This is my home. These people are innocent. They don't deserve to be cut down left and right. Some of them are bad, and some of them will get what they deserve, whether it's by our hand or someone else's. But we need to remember that these are ordinary people. These are ordinary people being put into these situations where they have no choice but to be fodder for the ones controlling them. And we shouldn't be so quick to cast them aside. I'm not asking everyone to be pacifists. I'm just asking everyone to be considerate. Because they're no different than us. And I know I would be heartbroken if any one of you was cut down. And I'm heartbroken when any one of them is cut down as well.
Minako will just let out a very loud sigh,
Hmm.
and I will stay my blade as long as I am able to.
For the record, Mina, if it comes down to it and there is a fight, I'm okay if you kill Verlindra.
Well, that's actually another thing. I don't think killing her, even if we somehow manage to, which I really, really don't think we're capable of doing.
I don't
But
think
even
it's a
if
good
we
time.
did, that wouldn't solve anything.
Oh no, I agree 100%.
She-
But at least one
she's-
threat's gone.
Well, it wouldn't be, is the thing. She's a politician. And the only way to take down a politician is to turn the public against them. Killing them is just going to rally the public in their favor.
Makes
That's
her
why-
better.
Callie has a point.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's why I don't think we should try. If it comes down to it, and we may have no choice, but you're right. If I would like to avoid facing her at our current skill level right now, I feel like we need to be much better prepared for her.
I think her, we flee. And anyone who's masked or cloaked, those that we're not sure if they're being controlled or not, non-lethal. Just knock them out.
As I said, I'll hold my blade as long as I can afford to.
That's good, Mina. It's the privilege of the strong to show mercy.
I never said mercy.
Does that mean because you've been quiet, Mina, you're gonna be with us on the floor instead of sneaking around? Or do you prefer to sneak around?
Here's the thing. To put it quite bluntly, no matter what team you and I are on, we're not exactly the subtle, quiet types. So we're drawing attention regardless. My people hate everybody that's not us. You don't see us out in the city. By that alone, eyes are on me regardless. That being said, if I do sneak around, I count for 2 people. One which doesn't necessarily have to touch the ground and won't make noise. If we need to subdue, say, a guard.
It's a good point.
It's a good idea.
If I have my magic, I can also turn into a creature and scout.
And like as she says that, she'll just like her echo will just start floating like around the room. It's like
That's eerie.
What do we call it? Do we just call it Echo, or is it Echo Mina, or
no, it's
Mineko.
Mineko? Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna call it Mineko.
I will slit your
Right.
throat.
Oh
Right
my
here.
god, it's too
Right
perfect.
now.
It's too perfect.
It's just
Oh my
Minako.
god.
That is, from what I understand, that is just me, or a projection of me.
Yeah, but it gets kind of confusing, you know.
Both of them fulfill their roles the way they need to.
Okay.
So
I mean-
Minako.
I think depending on the situation, if you are able to use your abilities, I don't see why Mina can't go with stealth detail, the stealth group, and go to find them because of what her echo is capable of doing.
But like I said, I don't slip under the radar. Like I said, my people are a tad on the xenophobic.
If I have my abilities, I can be helpful with that being unseen thing. I can even have it up in animal form, so I can be a little lizard on Snit's shoulder and still help cover you guys. If,
So-
again, I'm able to. There's a lot of ifs.
Up to the group's discretion, where you...
Well, we have Callie that's going to be the dancing distraction, apparently.
Yeah, actually on that note, I think I don't really want to be in the spotlight, but we're in this together. I was planning on asking Bernard to go with me to the dance. And if
He'd be useful.
if he has a history with Valindra, I feel like that would serve to a violent history from the sounds of it.
Yeah, 15 feet.
Yeah.
Wait,
It,
you want to piss off Valindra by having Bernard there?
No. I want to keep her eyes on us by having Bernard there.
There's a good
Yeah.
point.
She probably
So-
considers him a bigger threat.
If Bernard and I are dancing, I feel like we may have her attention,
Good idea.
which would give the sneaky team an opportunity to, be sneaky.
I do have a follow-up to that. With her having her eyes on you, I don't know if this will work or not now, because one of the things I was going to say was, if it's at all possible, I've seen you haul ass, Callie. And I was thinking at some point, if it was possible, hand off the items to you and you run. And we would meet you at the skiff dock.
Yeah.
The tunnel.
The tunnel, yeah.
I think our escape should go through that tunnel.
Yeah,
Agreed.
but I know how fast you are. But if all eyes
well,
are on you, that may
the-
make it a little bit harder.
The
But
tunnel.
what is the backup to the tunnel?
Where does the tunnel exit? I forget.
North wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outside the north wall, yes.
That's
But that's
close
also
to the
okay.
docks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's close to the docks. It's a little off because you know how they have
You're
that.
It's
muted
not
again.
close to the docks. The docks are in the are in the ring of Merchant's Ring.
It's in its own little area.
The tunnels that are being used are right behind the Merchants Guild in the Ring of Influence.
So we would need to
That's
move
where
the
we
skiff
want.
over to it.
Okay, yeah, this actually may work out. So I have a sister that works at the docks doing skiff repair. What if you hand the stuff off to me? I run to the docks, having her prepared the skiff beforehand with your bike on it. I bring the skiff around to the exit of the tunnel where I meet up with you guys.
That
Sounds like a
puts your
good idea.
sister at risk, though. Maybe
So you didn't want
counter,
your family involved.
just a counter idea. Maybe to have us not tied to the skiff, you have your sister move the skiff to that location for us.
Beforehand.
But that's all she does, well beforehand. And then
My
you just take
worry-
the tunnel.
My worry about that is that the skiff is rounded up by someone else before we get to it.
Well,
I see.
it would be
When I'm not doing courier work, I usually work for one of the guilds rounding up skiffs that have been left on the outskirts of the city.
Maybe
So
we could
it
have
is
her
a
leave it
regular
there that
thing
evening
that happens.
before they do that.
Well, I mean, worst comes to worst. No, you don't like it, but you do have a sidecar. So that's 3 person in your bike, you, Syra, and whoever else jumps on it. 2 people could probably get on mine, and then Snit flies, and you run like hell.
I can ride Scrappy.
I can potentially become a horse too if need be.
Could we
don't-
have, as
If
much as I
push-
don't
if-
want to,
If push comes to shove, we don't really need a gift.
But if we can acquire
But
it,
if we could take
it would be
it
very
would
beneficial.
No, we'll need it for the long journey.
Yeah.
DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Would the bike weigh down the skiff so much so that the skiff wouldn't be able to operate?
You could not put the bike on the skiff.
Just put it in
B-
neutral and drag it.
B, if I left Scrappy with the skiff and the bike, would that be enough for these skiff rounder-uppers to not take the skiff?
You don't really know.
Fair.
We could ask
Now, if you said- if you said-
Gaius
if
to
you
put
said-
some guard up.
If you set
For us.
Scrappy to, kill mode, probably.
It would be defend, not kill innocent person just trying to make the rent.
See, that's the thing. Scrappy could be there, and we can even ask Gaius maybe to have some of his some help just to keep an eye on it, just so it doesn't get taken. That way, we at least have our escape route.
Could,
Yeah.
Could you stash the bike in the tunnel?
Yeah.
I can,
Well-
yeah. It's got big enough wheels that I
So,
can go upstairs.
Why
and
not?
stuff, as long as
Why
it's
not
too-
stash the bike in the tunnel,
Yeah.
and then
And the
I'll just
skiff.
I'll pick up the skiff at the dock. I mean, I have the paperwork for the skiff. It wouldn't be unusual
True.
for the owner of the skiff to pick up the skiff.
But remember the way that tunnel worked? The skiff actually sunk down. So we could actually leave the skiff down inside the tunnel too, because it had that thing that raised up.
No,
You're
it's
thinking
not
about the
that
one that
big.
was in the desert. The
Yep.
actual
Oh.
hideout
Yeah,
in
that was the one
desert.
out in the
Yeah.
desert.
Oh damn. Sorry.
Yeah, good idea,
No,
but
it's
no,
alright.
it's complicated.
But when we did exit that, the skiff was camouflaged. Like the guy had it like tarped over and camouflaged, so no
That's
one
true.
else.
We could do something
We
similar.
could do something
Yeah.
similar.
Right.
do all of those
Um,
things.
Also, Rojan, are any guild contacts of it? Oh my god.
Yeah, I dare you.
Come at me, bro.
This giant chainsaw. That's great.
Where
That's
did
all
you
right.
even find that? What is that from?
It's a wolf from Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Oh
Oh
dear
my
god.
God.
I feel like that is Scrappy.
Smith would totally do something like that if he needed Scrappy to go into kill mode.
Yeah.
Anyways, wow. No, are there any guild contacts that Snit could reach out to?
Merchants Guild or Thieves Guild?
I was hoping you'd know.
That's why I'm asking.
We don't talk. We don't name.
Oh, that
guild,
one. That guild's been silent.
But
They still owe us
Retro.
money.
You
I
know,
mean,
you know this from both Ritro and from Zelark that ever since these incidents have started to pick up, the guild has gone completely silent.
But do I know if I talk to Retro about it, could he have somebody come play guard duty for the skiff?
But at the moment, you would assume not, because
Okay.
everyone is pretty much keeping their distance from one another.
That's totally fair. All right, cool.
It's like the entire guild has pretty much has a burn notice on it, so they're trying to stay apart from one another.
Nope, totally get it. Okay, cool.
Are we ever going to get paid for that stuff?
No. It's
Ah.
gone.
So
Kind of hard to get paid when everybody's furloughed at the moment.
yeah. So yeah, let's see if we can get both the bike and the skiff out there beforehand. Get it camouflage. Maybe ask Gaius to get one out there. Just kind of keep an eye out, just in case. I can hide my bike easily in those tunnels, and we can use that as our escape route to get out. So yeah, I think we have a fairly decent idea of what we want to do, and it's a much better plan than I thought. So it's good. We just need to find out, once you're done, Syra, seeing if you're capable of looking up on the map once that's attuned. If not, then Reju, you're gonna have to do it.
And I think
Right.
the team that is sneaking around looking for these things, you're probably gonna need this. And she pulls out a large piece of rolled up parchment and lays it out in front of everyone as the blueprints.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, that makes it easier.
And these are blueprints that have been updated. Like anytime she has a wing added on to the estate or anything, it's been updated. So it's got detailed information from the start of the construction all the way to its current state.
I think we should all, over the next 8 days we have, try and commit these to memory, but the sneaky team more so.
Is this a
Right.
picture of the building?
Yeah, it's the layout of the estate.
Dara's never seen blueprints before.
We can find the escape routes or any other exits. Granted, with a ball, they may be guarded, but if we can at least find the least amount of people from wherever the ball is going to be taking place to get out, or we can even just get out the front door if we're not causing a scene. But we should put to memory any escape routes if we need to get out of here.
Got it.
Having looked around, I think I'll go with sneak group. I mean,
Okay.
no offense, Reiju, Snet, and Syra. Well, specifically Snit and Reiju, you see more at the subversion adequate.
Yes.
Little muscle wouldn't hurt.
thank you.
If my magic doesn't work, I'm switching teams because I won't be any use to sneak. So we'll
Right.
have to determine that in the moment.
All right, that's fine.
Question. How's it going over there, Sarah, with the pendant and map?
I haven't focused on it yet because we've been talking and planning, and then
Yeah.
there's
We've
got 8
pictures of
days.
buildings.
We've got plenty of
and-
time. We've got 8
when you
days.
attune to an item, it has to be uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Why do I feel
So-
Syra
Shut up,
was
everyone!
sitting
You're
there?
talking.
Why do I feel like Syra was sitting there and she did the whole like arms crossed in front of her, head down,
Yeah.
lower lip out, foot in front of her, scraping the ground. Will I?
Yep.
go-
She
Well,
was
we've
like
got
30
8 days.
seconds away from finishing the attunement. Then I accidentally just put the blueprints over her work, and now she has to start all over.
All right. So
Well,
let's,
we've got plenty of time. I say once we figure out that attunement, that means either anyone can go with it or it's just flat up Reju. But I think at this point we're pretty good and we should just start prepping at this point.
Yep.
We also need
and
to
as-
figure out how we're getting Bernard's pendant. If
As-
he's going to be responsible of getting it from her, we need to come up with some sort of meetup and
You mean
handoff
Gaius?
plan with
Oh,
him.
Gaius.
guys,
Gaius, sorry, yeah.
as you're talking about this, one of the automatons comes down. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Miss Callie, you have a visitor.
What?
Yes, he says he's your brother.
Oh,
And
that was
plus
today.
Uh,
Yeah.
Bring him down here, maybe? We can't go up yet.
No. I think this is just.
Is Gaius's business partner gone or is she
Yes,
still around?
no, she has left.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'll be up to meet him in just a minute then. Okay, thank you.
Shadow Fox, I have no blueprints prepared for you. I'm sorry. You expect me
I mean,
to have
he's a
some sort-
draftsman. He could probably
Yeah,
whip something
I'm
up.
not. Have
He's
you
too much
seen-
thinking.
Have you seen how I build my houses in Minecraft? They're squares.
Squares.
You're like,
Uh,
sure, that's a
This will
home.
be
It's got
easy
4
then.
sides.
Her house is just a big square.
Yeah.
Minako will take the blueprint and it's like, so Reiju, Snit, and Syra, just for safe measure, we can go over this in the gardens.
So
Yeah,
did,
that
did you
works
tell the automaton to bring him down into the basement?
No, I said I would be up in just a minute to
Okay.
meet him.
Once we found out that she was gone, we're like, oh, okay, we're coming up.
Yay, we don't have to be in the basement.
Okay. And
That's
as,
okay.
as
Anybody who has projects for SNIT, I know Zelarks. But
I think we're
anybody
gonna go
who
around
has
and talk
more
about like
projects-
yeah,
license
we're gonna
deal.
go
Definitely
around
let me
and do that because we're getting into montage moment at the moment.
Yep.
Go.
They're like right here.
Yay!
Here we go.
But as you walk up the stairs, Callie, yeah, that's your name. Malik is standing there, standing in the kitchen, having a conversation with one of the automatons. It looks like he's got a small cup of coffee. He's dressed in like a very fine, almost form-fitting suit that just allows him ease of movement. It's completely black, save for some red trimming along the side. And it cuts off like around his forearm to allow the large red feathers that he has that grow out of his forearms to move freely, as not to restrict them. And everybody sees Malik, and he's skin tone and is just very tan. Looks to be a taller and a little more broader version of Callie, save for the forearm feathers that are on his that are a bit longer. They kind of like are the same length as Callie's phoenix feathers at the moment.
Syra whistles. Callie, you did not tell me your brother was such a licker. Look at him. He
He's a
knows how
what?
to dress.
I thought you said you didn't tell us he was such a licker. I was like, whoa.
Licker. Nurix's mind is in the gutter.
And
I mean, if
he
Ash was here,
smiles.
oh my god, I'm
He
so sad
smiles
about Ash
hearing
right
that, and he's like,
now.
"It's always so nice to receive compliments from such a beautiful woman.
Aw, thanks.
I'm Malik."
Nice to meet you. I'm Syra. This is my sister Nurix. We're friends with Callie.
Rojan, I rolled a 21 in stealth, trying to cover out like she got Minako got red in the cheeks when Syra complimented somebody else.
Okay.
That was a 21 on stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, that beats my perception.
You,
My
you
passive
pretty much
perception.
just like pull up like a tray and just like hide your face.
Yeah, no, she just like walks back straight into the garden. It's like, come on, we got stuff to do. Starts like
Alright.
snapping her fingers.
Zelark goes over to Callie and is like, Malik's your brother?
Yeah. Do you know each other?
And I just go, this performance at the ball is going to be good.
Oh, all my performances at the at balls are good. All my performances are good. Just to say.
Yeah, he's a really good dancer.
Oh, I'll say. Nice to see you again, Malik.
Zelark.
And
Callie, how many siblings do you have?
I have two sisters as well.
So one brother, two sisters.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
They're all older than me.
Ah, the baby bird.
Now, I know you told me to come at the evening for our study sessions, but knowing that you've never really set foot on a dance floor, we're gonna have to work on the grace and posture.
Yeah, I'll say.
Callie, maybe you could teach me after. You learn.
Oh, maybe. Oh, do you need to learn how to dance?
Yep.
Well, more the merrier.
Good dance class.
Yeah.
I don't want to interfere.
Oh no,
No.
it's no trouble.
Okay.
It would be
Just,
good. It would be good for Callie to have a dance partner anyway.
It'll make you feel better. I'm totally klutzy.
Yeah, don't laugh at me if I'm like tripping over myself and stuff.
Well, feel free to laugh at me. I am going to be tripping over myself.
You have to learn how to you have to learn how to trip before you can walk.
Sarah, and she'll like start waving the blueprint.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I go over to Mina. I guess I'm supposed to look at a blueprint. What?
well, I can't pass up a private lesson from Malik now, can I? And I'm just like looking Callie in the eye this entire time. It's like, I would gladly join this.
This is sounding a lot less like a private lesson than I intended.
I'll be up in a minute to learn too.
Yes, but if you are going to a ball, might as well learn how to dance. I mean,
Mina, you should come too.
most of the people there are going to judge you on how well you move around the dance floor.
Oh, don't tell me people are judging me.
It's the upper class. Of course they're gonna judge you.
I know, but I don't need to hear it.
Eric's is gonna have some words for him if Syra comes back and she learns moves like grinding and lap dancing and whatnot.
He knows how to do ballroom.
I know. It's just funny.
Full blown machada or bust.
She comes back with a
Specified
giant
to him in the
feathered
club
fan.
that it was safe dancing, safe for work dancing.
Hey, machada is ballroom, but it is dirty.
It is.
It is
is.
lewd
Yeah,
ballroom.
it's not safe for work. It is not safe for work.
Wow, I can't believe you're calling that not safe for work. That's wild.
If you're doing it right, it's not safe for work.
What
Right.
do you mean? We had it at prom.
Yeah, because that's the
Because
standard
that's
you
yeah,
should
that's
go
the way
went
the,
to prom.
the way the
Yeah, I
standard
went,
there, right?
I went my
You'd
2
be surprised.
years.
Nice.
I went to 3 proms. Got you,
well,
baby.
that's a big
Hero.
popular
He
spot.
smiles and he grabs a fan from his hip and he like pops Callie on the nose. If they judge you too hard, just let me know.
Yeah, we could kill him, Cal.
No.
Mina, remember the
No,
conversation?
There are much better ways to ruin one's reputation than killing.
Oh, please don't make a scene.
I never make a scene.
You are a scene.
That's
Well-
a great line.
I am.
You invited him.
Yeah, for a
I-
private lesson, this is not private.
It is
Cal,
if
Snit, Reiju, we should get to examining these.
Now,
Yeah.
I'll look at the blueprints later. I need to learn. One of us has had to learn how to dance.
as long as you do it within the 8 days, it's fine. We all need to memorize them.
Yep. And
I will.
he's like, oh, well, the only place I know that we can practice ballroom dance probably be the gardens. It's the only
Let's do it.
place that doesn't have things we can trip over. So those who need to dance, follow me. And the rest of you, I wish the best of luck.
Roshan, I'm gonna say that during the week, I assume at some point, Minako's gonna get dragged into lessons.
Okay. So
Yeah.
at some point in time, everyone's gonna get some sort of like lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric's is not. Nope.
And he, like, as he walks away, you notice that he's very fluid in movement. It's not like he's moving; it's like he's gliding. Just very
love it.
light on his feet.
As everyone starts making their way to the garden, I'm gonna pretty much just like appear behind Callie, put my arm in her arm, and it's like, let's go, and like take her out.
During our dance montage, Syra is going to make a point to learn both the males and females side of the dance.
Yep. And and that's what he does for anybody that is going to be taking the dance lessons. He teaches you both sides of the dance as well as the etiquette and how to present yourself as the certain dance is being performed.
Kind of throwback to our dancing days, Kiara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my best dance partner was Zorro.
Yep. I'm a good man.
I can't dance. I have all the grace and dexterity of a newborn giraffe.
Oh.
I used to do the 2-step, 3-step, 4-step. I used to be in Arkansas, so yes.
Yeah, but could
Yeah.
you sea walk?
No, I could not do it. I couldn't do it.
I love
Like-
waltzing.
Yeah, Minako's gonna show up in that mansion, sea walking down the steps, throwing gang signs.
Throwing gang signs.
Wild dancer. Yeah, okay.
Should we just go around with what our downtime activities
So before
are?
we do the downtime activities, let's take one final break,
Okay.
and then we'll go through and we will montage everybody's
We're gonna
stuff.
end just walking up to the steps of the mall.
I
or the-
know.
The mall.
God, the
The
mall.
mall.
The mall. Now we're going to the mall. We're never getting.
We're
to
going
the
to
mall.
Spencer's, everybody.
Shopping!
Disgusting.
So let's go ahead and take a quick break, get up, stretch our legs, all that fun stuff, and we will be right back. Alrighty, we are
Okay.
back.
Yeah. Hello.
Montages.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I should pick a different spell then, just to be more utility if you're able to cover that. Sorry, we were talking about spells.
Well,
I mean, it's
again,
probably a good idea.
It's up to you, but it's not bad to have a backup.
Okay.
So
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
I'll also have
Hello.
charm person.
So
Alright.
I
I'm
have
gonna
magic.
go around from person to person. And
Save Snip for last because his montage will depend on what everybody wants him to make.
send messages to Snit if you need him to make anything. You only have 8 days, so you may not be able to make everything.
Yeah, I will have to prioritize.
You'll have to prioritize and just give me the list so we can handle that off screen. But like if Snit is going to be crafting for the next 8 days, that's perfectly fine.
If it's, I'll put this out there. If it's something you're pretty sure you could get out in the world, made by somebody else, do that. But like for instance, Zelark's cane sword, I've got specific ideas about that. And if it's something that can be modified from something you can buy normally, that would speed up everything. So if you guys have anything along those lines, try to cut down the from scratch, I guess.
Okay.
Be the way to put it.
So I'm just going to go around. People just let me know what you're doing in those 8 days. And this is pretty much with a fast forward button on, so there's not going to be much, if any, RP. This is just to get everything that you need for the ball taken care of. So Nyrix, what are you doing for your 8 days?
I actually just finished my list.
What?
So I just finished my list. So she would definitely ask Snid. It is not a top priority at all. It's just kind of a backup just in case. And it was her original idea to come to him if there was no plan for weapons, but maybe make like a bracer with like a small, maybe collapsible crossbow or something disguised in the design as a weapon to bring
just
in.
as a precaution.
As a precaution, yeah.
I have you have been informed that everything that you bring in is checked.
Okay.
And there will be.
That's why I'm saying it would
there
be
will
disguised
be,
in the design.
There will be issues if it is caught.
Okay.
So it's best not to try to sneak in any weapons unless you think, unless you have 100% faith behind who's making it.
She'll present it to Snit, but she'll let them know it is not a top priority now that they have a way to get their weapons in. She's just like, if you get around to it, great. If not, don't worry about it. She's going to go to Gaius and ask him about the dissolving paper, as well as grab the empty vials from the greenhouse.
Yeah, he provides you with the paper.
Okay, so what she's gonna do is she's gonna over the course of those next 8 days, she's going to make little pellets of that paralysis poison in these little dissolving paper.
Okay.
And that way, if she drops it in like liquid or something like that, it will dissolve along with the paper. So it's not so obvious, like, what's this little floating thing starting to dissolve? And
okay.
So she would go ahead and make those poisons.
Go ahead and give me a survival roll for that.
Okay. Do I need to just make one or it's multiple?
We're just going to do one for the batch.
Okay.
Unless it's bad.
Do you have a poisoner's kit, or
I do have a poisoner's kit.
Then go ahead and roll with the proficiency from the poisoner's kit.
Okay. Do I not have proficiency on that? Maybe.
Should.
Give me a second. I'm just changing that real quick. Okay. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's a 17 on the die. 23.
Okay. So over the next 8 days, using the buds that you collected from the corpse of the judge, you're able to safely process 18 pellets.
Okay. So all 8 of them are converted.
Yeah, all 8 of them are converted, and you have these small compact pellets wrapped in the dissolving paper.
Perfect. So after making that, she's gonna after she gets her bike, she's gonna if she's not able to, she'll ask Gaius to get some help to get her bike over to those tunnels and have it hidden. This will happen though, of course, closer to the time.
Yeah,
like the night before.
Yeah, any of like the vehicles or anything that you guys want prepped, he'll have them waiting on the other side of the tunnels outside the city for you.
Okay.
When
perfect.
you make your escape.
She's also going to spend time memorizing the blueprints, just
Okay.
to make sure of any of the exit gates where the potential ball might be, as far as like which room, so on and so forth. And then she's also going to pull Zelark off to the side and just inform him of these pellets. And I'll let him know that as we're going to the ball, I will give him a couple to use in case he needs it, since he's more stealthy than she can be, to slip it in anyone's drink if need be. And she informed him that it will cause paralysis, whether it's a distraction or to get away from someone if absolutely necessary. And to slip it in specifically a drink. Otherwise it won't work. Of course she'll keep some on herself as well. So she'll give a 3 to you, Zelark.
Okay.
And she'll keep the rest. Other than that will probably take up a good chunk of her time. She has no desire to learn how to dance. She is totally not thinking about an outfit, even though one was made for her, and she's just like, no, I don't want to. And that's pretty much it. That's what
Okay.
she'd be doing.
All right. Zelark, what are you doing in the 8 days?
I am checking on any of the word from the birds I had sent out previous. I am learning how to dance as expertly as I can.
Okay.
I am just getting the perfect way to hide my components in my new coat, the smuggler's coat.
Mm-hmm.
Checking with Snit on the cane and all that. And at one point, I am going to go up to Gaius and apologize for holding a knife to his throat. And try to explain
and
as much as I can.
He accepts your apology, and you learn that that people holding knives to his throat seem to be a normal occurrence after knowing him for quite some time. Everybody gets that air of suspicion around him, so your knife isn't the first one that's been pressed to his neck.
So bridge is mended, good. And as just getting one of the bags of holding ready with like rope, pittons, block and tackles, all the stuff that might come in handy in during the heist.
Just getting ready for all the stealing.
Yeah, maybe by any chance does he have an immovable rod?
He does not.
Damn. And that's it.
All right.
Oh, I take it back. I'm also going to be working on my layer in any free time I have, just to get more proficient with
Okay.
it.
Raju.
Trying to see if anyone else is able to attune to the map and the pendant.
Okay, so I'll say this, since you're doing it as part of your 8 hours or your 8 days, yes, Syra is able to attune to it. So right now the item is now attuned to her,
Okay.
so she can use it to be able to scan over the map and whatnot.
Okay. And I'll explain to her how it actually works. And then just lost my train of thought. It was just had this in my head. Practicing innate spells within Gaius's manner, trying to see if and talking with Gaius about it, seeing if racial magics would work as opposed to, arcane and divine spells.
And like the information that you get from him is he's unsure. The whole information or the whole information between how her estate is set up, what magical protection she has, what traps she has, is all a tight kept secret. She keeps those cards close to her chest. Like he knows the place is trapped. He knows the place has defenses, but as far as any more information, he knows about as much as you do.
And if I actually try to use darkness in Gaius's house,
yeah, Gaius, when you use darkness in Gaius's house, it works.
okay.
Like Gaius, the only thing that Gaius has up on his house, and he's informed you of this, is his house is warded against transmutation magic.
Transmutation magic.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's layers. Okay. Beyond that, probably spending some time with Zelark on helping him become more musically proficient, and that's with my ocarina and his lyre, and also
That's
hanging out.
if he wants the help.
Yeah. Like I'll offer most of the time, like even if like I hear it from a distance, I'll start playing on it. Kind of a nervous tick for me. And then pretty much studying the routes and smoking the hookah in the garden. Like there's not much else going on.
Reading and smoking.
Pretty much.
All right. Mina.
Random question,
Yo.
real quick. What attribute would a musical
Charisma. It would be
is it
performance.
charisma?
Charisma because
Okay.
of performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
Thank you.
you were trying to do any sort of professional action, as like you were playing in front of a stage or something like that, it would be performance.
Okay, I just was curious because I never actually put that on my character sheet when I multi-classed.
Yeah, and if it's just you strumming the strings, you really don't have to do that. It's only when you're trying to capture the imagination of the audience is when you need to roll that.
Awesome.
Mina.
She will, to recover from the embarrassment that her last fight was, she's gonna ask Bernard to be her sparring partner, since Bernard, like her, can become two people.
Okay.
And just for the dramatic flair of it, and she doesn't want to ruin the garden, they're gonna do it on the rooftop, overlooking the garden.
Okay.
Just to help with her battle balance.
Okay.
So I assume it's not flat.
No, it is not a flat roof.
Yeah. So like just to help her balance.
Okay.
And her and Bernard is gonna be slugging it out. So you'll just see the echo flying all over the place and her doing flips and shit,
And
falling off the roof.
The two Bernards just constantly going at her.
Yeah. She'll take the time to like help the group, also look over blueprints, and she'll get dragged to one of the lessons one day.
One of the dancing lessons. All right.
But that, and then just studying more spells, see if she can pick up anything on what she's been trying to do.
Alrighty. Snit.
Okay, I apologize in advance for the length of this. Okay, for starters, Zelark's cane sword I want to make a regular walking cane
Okay.
and a duplicate, which will be the cane sword. So there will be one that is innate.
Yeah,
You
one
know,
that's just a basic cane.
But it is going to be reinforced with an iron core.
So it's less a cane and more beat 'em stick.
And I want it to be made. The actual cane shaft of it is going to be ironwood stained with a very dark, like crimson,
Okay.
like almost black, and with ornate cap and handle. But the handle is going to be slightly curved. I mean, think about like, sorry to make a reference, but you know how Count Dooku sabers are the curved handle?
Like
That kind of
as any refined gentleman's lightsaber should be.
Yeah, exactly. But that way it will be comfortable to grip,
Mhm.
either using as a walking cane or using as a sword. But the two will be visually identical.
Okay.
And so his cane sword will obviously have a trigger to unlock the sword mechanism itself, as well as a different button on the probably one of the decorations on the part of the shaft where you sheathe the sword.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a button there that has a small stiletto that pops out of the very tip of the end cap, which can be loaded with a poison.
Okay.
But the sheath also has a steel tube in it, and that's where it houses the blade. But it's also made of ironwood, so it should also be able to be used in an offhand as a bludgeoning weapon.
I wouldn't think a cane could be used as a bludgeoning weapon, or not a bludgeoning weapon, but as an offhand weapon, because it's not necessarily like a short weapon.
I mean,
I would say that it would still
it,
hold. It would
it's
still.
hollow.
I would say that it still holds the property of the sword itself.
Sure.
Now, if say that the sword is drawn and he takes the cane into like the cane part into an offhand, yeah, it could be wielded as a
Yeah,
as
that's
an
what
offhand
I'm
at that
talking
point.
about.
Because yeah, technically at that point in time, it's a light weapon.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
hollow wood.
What I'm
That almost like
talking
a
about.
rapier at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you could do that.
it's basically when he draws the sword's in his main hand, and he keeps the sheath in his offhand.
Yeah,
and
that's
if
doable.
he wants to like try to do a trip or wants to take a little jab or something with it,
Yeah.
or block an attack, so be it.
Totally doable.
If only the sheath was made out of an immovable rod.
Well, it's made with a steel round tube, clad in ironwood. So the ironwood construction, along with the hollow steel tube, should be very strong. Maybe won't hold up against everything, but should be very strong. Also going to work on scrappy configurations.
All right, so first for the cane and the cane sword, and all those bells and whistles that you're attaching to it, it's gonna take you about 6 days to complete those.
If I have to forego the stiletto, that can be saved for later.
Okay, so minus the stiletto, which is the tubing and everything, you're possibly looking about 4 days.
Okay. Yeah, I'll forego the stiletto for now, but it'll be a design feature that I want to implement in the future.
Okay.
that's to include the days he's worked on it previous.
No, this is to like because he's got to make the cane, he's got to make the two canes, and then all of like the intricacies into making them look specifically identical as to where adding the little latch features and stuff to the sword itself.
It would be a lot of work.
Yeah, it's definitely a long-term project.
Ask any smith of any kind and say, I want you to make a duplicate item, and they will roll their eyes at you
and probably punch you and then say that'll be $9,000.
So yeah, I want to work on a scrappy configuration for mobility riding.
Okay. The way that Scrappy is now, that it's not going to be too much of an issue. It's just converting part of Scrappy's back into like a saddle.
Well,
the size that
I
Scrappy
could ride
is right
Scrappy now.
Yeah,
I could ride Scrappy now, but the speed is only 30. So I'm talking about making it equivalent to a good mount, a faster mount.
So put like nitro rocket.
So
boots on
okay,
there.
so what you're doing is you're trying to make Scrappy
Riding
move
horse speed.
What's that?
Riding horse
More speed focused. Yeah.
Standard riding horse has a speed of 60 feet.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. It's not really mobility, it's you're converting Scrappy into an actual mount.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. And that the conversion and everything will probably take you like another 3 days just to get everything set and ready for you to ride Scrappy out into the desert.
Okay. So I pinned a message in our DMs. You should see two pictures. One of them is like the normal Scrappy configuration. The elongated one is the mobility Scrappy configuration.
Gotcha.
More so.
The Scrappy mount.
So yeah, okay. So that takes up pretty much all of my time. So anything else I would be doing would just be like little breaks in between. So I would try to take a break every day during the dance lessons, but I'm not going to be actually at the lesson. I'm just going to be watching from afar, and I'm going to be trying to practice in secret just based off of what I can hear from that distance.
Okay.
And whatnot. Probably not going to be great at it, but and I would have also in my workshop had the blueprints up and tried to memorize the blueprints.
Alrighty.
Is there any chance I can fit into this creating flashbangs?
No, not with the day.
Okay, that's fair.
Callie.
Well, aside from the dancing, I think she would, as soon as possible, try and figure out what these phoenix feathers do.
Okay, so yeah, because you've taken time to study them, and you've had time to mess with them. So these phoenix feathers are, each feather is a charge. Expending a charge will allow you to do one of two things. One of it will allow you to use a sort of supernatural restoration mechanic to where you are able to heal 3d10 plus your constitution modifier hit points to either yourself or somebody you touch. The other one is you are able to grow large flaming wings that allow you to fly at your movement speed.
Oh, bullet.
That bird just lost all of its feathers because it was going freaking fast.
And the
flight.
third one, you
What?
catch fire and turn to ash.
What's the duration on the wings?
The wings is 1 minute. You have 1 minute of flight time.
Nice.
That's usually plenty.
So you have 1 minute to, hit Mach 5 and just get the hell out of anywhere you need.
We're about to break the sound barrier.
You're probably and because you can move so damn fast, thought occurs that you may need some sort of safety harness or something to keep everything intact, because you know that even though you can move that fast, your body probably can't withstand that amount of pressure.
Yeah, there's a reason Hargraven don't have wings anymore.
I mean, she did fine with the tumble back in the desert.
I am the speed.
I mean, if only you knew somebody who liked to craft things, or
Well, that does actually play into something else that I'm doing during the downtime. I am taking full advantage of Gaius's hospitality here, and after retrieving my dress from the tailor, I'm going to see if the tailor will craft 2 additional things for me. One is a set of clothing that she can wear while we're out in the wastes, because what she wears right now is not suitable for that.
Protective gear.
Yeah, protective gear. And knowing now what she does about these phoenix feathers, see if the tailor can put something into that outfit that would keep things where they should be during flight.
Keep all organs and bones in one place.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely something he can do.
And the other thing she's going to request from the tailor is a secondary outfit. Not as high priority as the other one, so if you can't do it in the 8 days, that's fine. And I will talk to you about details of that outfit later.
Okay.
At some point during the 8 days, she is going to send a message to her parents explaining that she's going to be away from the city for a while, and that they shouldn't worry, but that they should be cautious and be safe, and to pass that message along to her siblings as well.
Okay.
And Nyrix already handled the vehicle stuff. So you can see if she can procure a set of calligraphy supplies, calligraphy tools that are easy to take with her.
Yeah, it's definitely
The
something
set that
to
she
do.
currently has is more of like a keep at home type of thing.
Yeah,
So-
it's like the one that takes up the entirety of the desk. You need a mobile version of it. Yeah, you could get a mobile version of the calligraphy set. That's not a problem.
Awesome. She would also like to see if at any point during these 8 days she hears back on that information request that she filed in regards to the history of the judges and also the issuers of the specific contracts that she mentioned when she filed the request.
Alarmingly
if that-
enough, you haven't heard anything. You know that even though this is it is bureaucracy, they're known for their punctuality.
That is not unexpected, but not any less worrying. And I think the only other thing on her list is to talk to Bernard.
Who wholeheartedly and happily accepts your invitation.
I'm not gonna lie, part of her was hoping that he would say no, but she asked anyway.
You asked your stalker to a dance and you expected him to say no.
Yeah. We have a complicated relationship.
So far, yes.
It's on you.
And I think that's pretty much it for Callie.
All right. And Sarah.
Sarah is obviously getting dance lessons. She's gonna have Mina help her study the blueprints because she doesn't have any idea how to read blueprints. So that might be a frustrating endeavor for Mina, but it'll get done. She's gonna work on her druidic focus, so turning her the raven's head that she carries on a necklace, and having Snit assist her if he has time with all his mini projects.
I basically think Syra would come down to Snit's workshop and he would show her some techniques on how to do what she's wanting to do to make it look the way she wants, and he'll let her work on it and like basically do the whole supervise while he works on his stuff.
Yeah, so I'll use his tools and try to get it set properly.
Okay.
Don't fit hammer.
And it's rather like once you get Snit's tutelage, it's rather easy to fit it into the necklace without too much of a problem.
Okay, and so I'll have that done. So it'll be like the raven's head necklace with the ruby fixed to it, and then I'll go out into the garden and spend a little bit of time ritualistically turning it into a druidic focus properly and filling the gem with druidic energy so that it will, be able to be used as a focus for her. And she's going to, let's see, I'm going to attune to the pendant in the map, obviously.
Which you are able to do.
And I'm going to make some healing salves. So I don't know how many I'd be able to make.
How much time are you going to spend on it?
Let's see. So the druidic focus was probably like a day to do that, and then part of the days I'm spending on the dance lessons, and then studying the blueprints. So I don't know, maybe like not like all, every waking hour, but like I'll spend, trying to think, probably like 6 hours for maybe 3 days, something like that. 6 hours out of 3 days.
All right.
I'll spend on
so
that.
go ahead and give me a medicine roll using
Okay.
your kit as a using your kit's proficiency bonus.
Okay. Ooh, good roll. So that was an 18 on the die plus 3 for my proficiency bonus, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then you want me to add anything else or just that?
Just that.
Okay, so that's 21.
Okay. All right. So throughout the day, you're able to make about 8, or throughout the time, you're able to comfortably make 18 healing salves.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'm gonna split that evenly amongst the groups. Let me see, 18 divided by
7.
About
6 of us,
two,
7 of us.
about 2 or 3 each.
Yeah, so I'll give 3 each to everyone who doesn't have the ability to heal themselves. So I think
I
that
can
leaves.
heal myself.
So the ones that can heal themselves will take 2. So I'll take 2.
I'll take 2.
3 more healing cells.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm up to 5.
I'll take 2.
Okay, so that would be 2 plus 2 plus 2. And then the 3 people are Nirix, Mina, and Snit. We're taking 3. That equals 17. So I'll keep another one on my person just in case. So I'll keep 3.
Nice.
Okay, so everyone add that to your inventories. I'm also, the other big thing I'm gonna do is I'd like to spend a little bit of time with each member of my group, and I'm gonna teach them a few keywords in the Druidic language, which I don't think will run into as many people at the party, if anyone, who would understand that, if
Okay.
possible.
So kind of like pretty much ensuring that you have some way to secretly communicate with each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll post a list in Discord, but basically I'm going to teach them these words and tell them they're going to stand for this. So I'm going to teach them a Druidic word for escape, trouble, help, distract, down, done, attack, and stand down. So I'll put the list in Discord so that we can use that as a code that hopefully other people won't understand. And then any kind of free time I have, I'm going to be sitting out with Reiju, smoking hookah, and watching Mina fight on the rooftops.
Hey,
at any
yeah,
point,
that sounds like fun.
at any point
And
in
talking
time,
to plants, talking to my tree friends.
at any point in time, do you use the do you attempt to use the necklace? After
Yeah,
you've attuned to it?
after she attunes to it, she's gonna try to use it to just make sure everything's working right.
So when you go to use it, you notice that the lights are not only shining on the map, but they're also shining on the blueprint,
Oh,
giving you the exact location as to where they're at. But
Okay.
instead of seeing 3 lights, you now see 4.
I will definitely point that out to the whole group.
Wait.
And that is where we're going to end.
No.
I was gonna say, was
Son
the
of a-
fourth one the one that you're wearing?
No.
No. There's
There's
one here. There's now 4
Four there.
at the house. There's one in the desert at your clan.
maybe.
And you don't know where the other one's at.
Oh dear.
Oh, she better not have messed with Gram.
Don't touch Gram. Gram will fuck you up.
I just saw the thing you posted a minute ago. Yeah, that definitely was Sarah.
But that is going to do it for us tonight, or today, or wherever you are. But thank you.
We're so close. I wish we could just do another couple of hours.
I'll allow
I mean,
it.
that means we get to spend the entire session next time
At the ball.
dancing.
Yay.
Yep, that's true.
And it allows me time to work up descriptions for Malik's dance.
And now I'm gonna have to figure out a way to end my dance with Bernard in a flourish that has those fiery wings burst from my back.
Nice.
Now-
And
Yeah,
it
really
sets-
put an arrow
and then
on
it
you.
sets the ballroom on fire.
Yep. Hey,
Not my
distraction.
problem. I'm out
If
of
we
there
need a
after that.
distraction, that sounds like a great distraction.
There's no ceiling on the dance floor. You just you end the flourish and then bye.
That's a great question. Are these wings like
They're fire.
1 minute total,
They're
or
fire.
is it one-time use per day?
No, it's 1 minute. Each feather will give you 1 minute of flight time.
Period. Like
Yeah,
that
so-
when
Three
it's used,
charges.
it's done.
Yep.
The
Oh,
way
3 charges. Nice.
And
Yeah,
the
the way
charges.
that I
Okay.
put it on the character sheet, I'll put it in Roll20
Yeah,
there.
every morning, 1d3 charges will.
Oh,
return.
so it does recharge. It's
Yep,
not a
they
one-time use.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
But it usually anything that recharges usually happens. It's a 24-hour period, so it's by the next morning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's
sometimes
and
things are
it's
one use.
Yeah, and every morning it's 1d3.
Oh my god, I think I know what I'm going to use my clay for. If this is the kind of thing that you could get, I think I know what I'm going to use my clay for.
Now
I have
I'm thinking
everybody's
no
ahead
like,
as
idea
well.
still.
I
I
build a
have no
Gundam.
idea. Also, Syra is going to ask the tailor to make Simon a little tux with a bow tie.
Okay.
Oh, I have a few more things, but Rojan, I'll DM them to you.
Yeah, DM them to me.
Yeah.
But yep, so that's
They're
gonna do
little
it for
things.
us tonight. In 2 weeks, we will be
Woo.
back not only with the ball episode for this show, but we will be back on the 23rd with our level 15 campaign that's been going on for 2.5 years of Destiny Forged, starting at 7:30 Pacific time on the 23rd, right?
23rd, yeah.
23rd. So set your calendars for that. We won't be having a show on Tuesday next week. It's a bit of like break time for everybody to get back into thinking like their characters, giving us time to make any sort of final prep or anything like that. And then we'll be back on the 23rd, like I said, but we will be back on Monday with another Dumb Pup adventure for a No Way Out, and then back here again on Saturday for more bar burning extravaganzas with Withered Wastes.
We have a new character coming onto that one as well.
Oh, we got we got
You
new
mean
characters in
Wayward
that one.
Wanderers?
Wayward
Yeah,
Wanderers.
Wayward
Wayward
Wanderers.
Wanderers,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are the
Yeah.
bar burners on Wayward Wanderers, not Withered
There's
Wastes. That's
so
us.
we got a new person last week, and now we're gonna get a new addition next week.
Yep. Kitra's already joined. Now we gain another one.
You can burn 2 bars at once.
What are you talking about?
Also, keep an eye out on our Discord and probably on Twitter as well. We are spinning up a new show that is likely going to be happening once a month, and that will be a lore talk show about anything and everything related to the worlds that most of our campaigns here on the channel take place in. And part of that will include questions from anyone that wants to submit questions beforehand. So keep an eye out for those announcements.
And
I have
special
not
guests.
questions.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much me, Fox, and Rojan, and then a guest slot. Whether that's every time we do it or not, we are definitely gonna try to squeeze in an opportunity for a guest slot as well. So that's
Brian
that's
Devin
coming in the near
Foster?
future.
Brian
What?
Foster's going to be on the show? What?
Nah, bitch,
No,
I'm Brian Foster for the show.
Yeah,
We don't like.
Sorry.
Oh,
cabbage.
you're the one who smells like cabbage? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Zora's
a
going to be
little
our
Boris.
foster.
God.
But yep, that is going to do it for us today, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on Monday for another episode of No Way Out at 7:30 Pacific time. Till then,
Bye.
have a good one.